challenge? Well, to add a little bit of spice to the show this year, we decided to make the challenge a regional one. All of tonight's 4 contenders represent the northern half of the United Kingdom, and our grand final will ultimately find us a national champion for 1996.
The biggest and the best prizes are always on Gladiators. The runners-up first. A fantastic holiday in South Africa, Sun City, plus £1,000 spending money. And for the winners, £1,000 spending money as well, plus one of these luxurious four-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicles.
A little bit later on as well, we'll be taking a peek at what fun and games the Gladiators got up to at their winter training camp at Cocoa Beach in Mauritius. So look out for that a little bit later on in the show. But for now, let's meet our female northern contenders. They are Onyema Amadi
and Joanne Henders. Come on!
Just probably one of the most fabulous names I've ever heard. What is your full name?
My full name is Onyema Amadi.
Wow, I love it. It's so nice to have somebody with a slightly different name as well as Ulrika sounds rather plain next to that. Tell us what you do and where you live.
I've just graduated from my degree. I did product and fashion design. So I had a 2-1.
Ah, 2-1, that's not bad, eh? What are you hoping that would lead to?
I like to do some freelance in London and design some sportswear.
Oh, that could be exciting. And of course, you're a sporty girl. What's your sport?
I throw the javelin for Wales.
There's 1 or 2 people here to support you tonight. So you've done 1 or 2 competitions, so you'll be used to a crowd and the excitement, the stress and the tension.
Yeah, it's not the same. This crowd is very large tonight.
Well, I'm sure they'll all be behind you. Let's hear it for Oni!
Okay, Joanne, where are you actually from?
I've come all the way from Livingston in Scotland.
Wow! But that doesn't sound much like a Scottish accent to me.
No, I'm originally from Tipton by Dudley in the West Midlands.
A lot of your people in the house sounds like.
Yeah, there is. All my family, everybody from as far down as Portsmouth, all the way up the Midlands to the top of Scotland.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a postwoman in Livingston.
Postwoman? Are you an old-fashioned postwoman with a little bike?
I have got a bike, yeah, and I have a bag, and I also have a trolley as well.
And what do you do to keep yourself fit?
Mainly I do running, and I do a bit of upper body, but mainly my main sport is running.
And are you ready for today?
I am, as ready as I'll ever be.
OK, let's have a look. Off you go, get yourself ready. Joanne Henders!
Well, I think it's time we meet our male northern contenders. They are Farrell
and Adrean Parrock. Come on, girl!
Oh, Andy, tell us what you do and where you're from.
Well, I play professional rugby league. I'm from Huddersfield, and that's my crowd over there. I also own my own health club and all. It's called Total Fitness Health Studio in Huddersfield.
Oh, everything's in Huddersfield, that's good. You've got a heck of a crowd.
Yeah, they're rather a big mob. I think they closed the health club early today. They better not have done, because I'll be losing money.
You're keeping your eye out for that. Now, this man is extremely talented. Not only is he fit, but this man's a member of the Magic Circle. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm a member of the Huddersfield Circle of Magicians. I'm a professional magician, and the Gladiators better watch out, because I've got 1 or 2 tricks up my sleeve for them tonight.
Yeah, we look forward to that. Andrew Farrell.
Well, Adrian, I've got to say, you're looking very relaxed. Are you?
Well, the body might look it, but inside I'm shaking like, well, a leaf.
Where are you from?
I'm from Derby.
And they're all in the house, I can see that. And what do you do for a living?
I work at the Halifax Building Society as a customer advisor.
What is a customer advisor doing here on Gladiators?
It's taken me about 5 years. Ever since the show's been going, I've been applying and I've been getting through, then I've been getting the last 300 and getting nowhere. But I'm here now and I can't wait to get started.
Well, I've got to say to you, last year, 23,000 people applied, so you haven't done badly.
Well, that's good news, and I'm really pleased for that, and it's an achievement in itself. But there's a long way to go tonight, and I'm going to make the most of it.
OK, off you go, Adrian. Get yourself ready. Let's hear it for Adrian!
Well, hopefully by now the girls are ready for their first event, so let's get this show on the road. Let the games begin.
And on the blue balls is Joanne
He sets out, struck by lightning and vanquished by Vogue. Oni out of the points and Joanne into the picture. Also with a fruitless first run, loads up again, Vogue the victor again, but Oni leads Panther with a claws on the floor. Centre basket, 3 points on the board. Oni again, Vogue and Lightning lock her up, knock her down, and there's something you don't see very often, a postwoman being attacked by a cat. Both girls back to the basket for another run. Here comes Oni. Oh, slips past the Panther to pot another pair. Panther getting a real physical dressing down from the fashion students. Oni back into the fray, gets the measure of 2 markers this time. Joanne stalked by Panther, the cat brings down her prey. Oni with a magnificent 7 on the scoreboard. Vogue and Panther double up to keep it that way. Joanne looking to post a couple of points, gets no quarter from Lightning. This former Brummie is no dummy, but she can't stamp her mark on this event. Oni is reloaded, still looking to pile on the points. Lightning and Vogue just looking to pile in. And Joanne down and out again, can't deliver the goods. And there's the hooter, or was it John Anderson blowing his nose? Joanne's family applauding a great effort, but while Oni got to grips with the game, the Glads couldn't get to grips with her.
Well, Panther, have you ever come across anyone the size, power and strength of Onyema?
No, it was an absolute treat to be part of that game. That Oni just came pounding at us. She's Mrs. Rhino.
Panther with a sporting summation of the power of Onyema Amadi. After the first event of the new season, Oni scores 7. Joanne yet to get off the mark, but it's early doors.
So moving on straight into the men. And on the blue balls is Adrian. And on the red, it's Andrew. And guarding those baskets is the mighty Warrior, Hunter and Ace.
And a first appearance for the 23-year-old Ace on the right of your screen. One of the sensational new signings this season. 16 stone and 6 foot tall. Can the contenders cope with these heavyweight hitmen? Earlier today, Andrew Farrell gave us his view.
On the park, playing rugby league, I take the ball up, I hit big. Power ball will be no different. I score so many points, there'll be 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll have to get me. I'll have to go to the other basket and take the other contenders' balls to keep scoring. I'll just run out of balls. After I've finished with Powerball, they'll call me, Andy Farrell, Fazza, the king of Powerball.
Will the claim to be the king of Powerball come true? Only time will tell. Hunter's there. Quickly dethrones him. Oh, but Adrean Parrock slips the ace. The man from the Building Society opens his account. Oh, but Warrior's not saving himself. Oh, hope he's protecting his assets. Andrew with a face full of ace as the Hunter steams in. Look at that. Andrew's down and aces all ends up. Adrian loads up. Oh, Warrior slams him down. Andrew again. A magician looking to disappear the ace. Oh, but Hunter's not standing for those tricks. Oh, but Adrian bursts through on the blind side to bank another 2. Great run from the Derby Dynamo. Ace looking to get a grip, but Hunter's covering, knows how to get them down. Andrew on Warrior. Oh, pushes wide and slips it home. Good try from the rugby guy. 2 points on the board. Adrian, Ace steals him a losing hand this time. Andrew reloads, sizing up the Glads, and there's plenty to size up. Andrew back for more action. Warrior and Hunter make sure he gets a bucket full. Adrian again, Ace is there, this new guy proving himself to be a real trump card for Gladiators. Time running down, but the contenders who apply for this show all know exactly what they're getting themselves into, and there's that noise again.
Let's hear it for our contenders and the Gladiators. Great performance.
Dead right there, Fash, and it leaves Andrew on 2 points and Adrian on 4. Well, after all that, let's have a change of scenery.
A very warm and sunny welcome to the state of Mauritius. This stunning island covers almost 2,000 square kilometres and is situated to the east of South Africa in the sparkling Indian Ocean. Now, the fabulous thing about Mauritius is that it's a volcanic island and it's completely surrounded by coral reefs. I'm here at the Cocoa Beach Sports Complex, which, ladies and gentlemen, is the secret Gladiator winter training ground. Here you'll find over 200 acres of the most amazing sports facilities you could ever imagine. Well, that'll be where the Gladiators are. Naturally, they won't be working quite as hard as I will be, as I'm off to the beach to work on my tan. Ciao.
Here we go, working out upon Cocoa Beach. We're gonna push that body, gonna stretch your reach. All the gladiators are here to show how to work that body like a dynamo. Give it up.
This exercise works my biceps, and I do 2 sets of 12 repetitions twice a week. This is lateral raise. This works the outside of the shoulders. I do 10 to 12 reps, 3 sets, twice a week. For me, this is the most important exercise I do in the gym. It really tows up my biceps and my triceps. I do a set of 600 and I repeat it twice. And then I really get it going. Yeah. You've got to look good for gladiators.
First up, it's Onyema. She's going to be facing Vogue. Over to John.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! Set the pendulum!
John Anderson directs the pendulum to be primed. Ony's supporters have their fingers crossed and in the air. And a rare shot of the producer there on day release from London Zoo.
3, 2, 1.
The air brakes are released, the hydraulics kick in, and half a ton of pendulum begins its swing thing. Ony versus Vogue, and the pendulum swinging much faster this season, giving the contenders and the gladiators a rougher ride. 5 points for evading capture for 40 seconds, 10 points for lasting the full minute. And Vogue already looming over Ony like the Grim Reaper. Ony grabs to the right, Vogue almost with her. Ony now goes left, escapes the valiant Vogue for the time being. They're only feet apart, and look at the force of that swing. Oh, mind how you go, Vogue. Looks like Vogue's within striking distance. Ony will have to hang on for the 40 seconds. Vogue tantalisingly close. Can't snatch that pennant. Ony's pulled 5 points for the 40. A remarkable feat against our glamour girl gladiator. Vogue has got her. Vogue denies Ony the maximum with that grab for the flag, and what a nail-biter that was. There's the proud family, Dad Cyril and Brother Royston. In the replay, Vogue's got just enough stretch to snatch the prize.
Next up on pendulum, it's Joanne. And she's going to be facing Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
Joanne Henders delivers the male in the Livingston area, 167 centimetres tall, weighing in at 62 kilograms. Looks first class to me, against our flying Falcon, who's carrying an advantage in both the height and weight departments. The vast sphere of fear, 5 metres in diameter, swings into action, and so do Joanne and Falcon. One of the additional rules this season, they must move on the whistle. Although Joanne's a postwoman isn't the sort of round she's used to, there's her sister Tracy and Mum Lorraine. Joanne needs all the help she can get. Falcon swooping in for the kill. She came out of nowhere, this gritty, determined gladiator. And Joanne's a long way from the point and too close to Falcon. Falcon lining her up for a flag snatch. Falcon in full control of the situation. And the flag, she's got a faultless performance from Falcon. And they know it. Just look at Falcon's remarkable speed on that pendulum. While Joanne's crabbing, Falcon's grabbing. And all that action means that Ony extends her lead to 12 points. Joanne still to score. Back to the arena.
So we now move into the men's event with Fazza. And he's going to be swinging it out against Trojan.
Andrew Fazza Farrell, professional rugby player, fitness club owner, a beefy boy who posts an impressive set of stats, but compared with the figures of the action man, a leaner, more agile Trojan this year, and Andrew still finds himself outgunned in all departments.
3, 2,
the power of the pendulum is unleashed. Andrew starts his circumnavigation, but has no idea from where the Trojan will strike. The rugby star, more used to a playing surface that's a little flatter. Decides that left is best. Oh, and here's why. The Trojan moving like a tornado. He's got Andrew directly beneath him. Andrew heading south to evade capture. But that's where the swing is at its most ferocious. Andrew hanging on grimly. The seconds ticking away, but not quickly enough for him. Andrew in serious trouble at the South Pole. Trojan poised to take the pennant. Lining Andrew up. There he goes and takes the flag with him. Andrew's girlfriend Elaine cheering. She must think Trojan's empty-handed. But there's Andrew, and as you can see, he's flagless. Trojan has the prize. Andrew's mum and dad, Faye and Leo there. They won't have seen that Trojan has plenty of time to look for the flag, take it in his right hand and drop with it to the net.
Next up on the pendulum, it's Adrian. He's going to be facing the Wolfman.
Oh, and how we've missed those handsome features on our screens. Adrean Parrock, our Building Society customer service advisor, looking to profit from that set of figures and looking to escape the claws of the Wild Thing himself. A bit older and a bit uglier, but impressive stats nonetheless.
3, 2, 1.
Clinging to a swinging spear and being hunted down by the hound from hell. What a way to spend 60 seconds, but Adrian knew he was in for some action when he applied to appear on this show. Adrian heading south to stay out of trouble, but must have got a whiff of the wolf and knew where he was coming from. Incredible strength needed just to hang on down there, let alone move. There's Adrian's dad Vic on the right, Mum June, and there's the wife, Sarah. Oh, and there's his foe, the big bad wolf. Adrian there enjoying the ride, content to hang on for the 5 points. As for the wolf, he's never been happy on this particular piece of apparatus, but then let's face it, the wolf has never been happy, full stop. Adrian almost upside down, saying to the wolf, this is definitely your best side. Adrian clocks up to 5 points. Looks to have tangled his feet in the netting for a better grip, and if anything, the wolf appears to be climbing away from him. Perhaps he's completely forgotten that the idea of the game is to get close to the contender, not as far away as possible. And looking at the seconds ticking away, seems as though Adrian's outwitted the wolf, and he's heading for the maximum. There's the hooter, music to the ears of Adrian and the rest of the Parrock family. And there's the victor dismounting. And his reward, a 12-point lead. Andrew stays stuck on 2. Adrian swings himself up to 14.
Well, it's my great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome back a very familiar face to Gladiators. It's Eunice Huttart. The Queen of Hearts. How many years ago was it you won?
It was 2 years ago now.
Oh, not that long ago. It still makes me feel a little old. What have you been up to since we saw you last?
Oh, not much. Just done a few movies, done working like Bruce Willis and Pierce Brosnan, and some presenting on some TV channels, and, you know, just bits like that.
Ah, right. Not a lot, then. Now, enough of your TV roles and your film roles. You're here as in a different role and in a different capacity. You're here as coach of the Northern team. So what does your role involve?
Well, this role involves it. I've got my name on my tracksuit. Tracksuit or what? I've got a team coach on the back.
Yeah.
And I'm in charge of the Northern team, which are definitely got to overcome the South, because us up north, right, we eat raw meat and stuff like that, so our girls are tough, the boys are doing the biz, so I'm telling you, the North is going to do the biz this year.
Oh, God. It's all gone to your head. You're completely crazy. That's good to know. And I know we're going to look forward to seeing you a little bit later on in the programmes and throughout the series. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Eunice Huttart. Well, of course, with 2 events out of the way, there's still 3 more to come, plus the dreaded Eliminator. So join us after the break here on Gladiators.
So, welcome back, and on to our next event. And the first up is Oni. She's going to be facing a Zodiac!
Earlier, fashion student Oni told me what she'd given up to be here tonight.
I've been at the college now for 6 years, and a group of us girls have become really close. We're all going to go on a holiday together, but it's clashed with the Gladiators, so I've had to pull out. But it was either dancing 2 weeks in Greece on the bar tops or bashing Nightshade. Easy choice.
It's not Nightshade tonight, just a barrage of balls from Zodiac in the danger zone. Oni sets out on a quest fraught with danger, a point for every weapon fired, 5 for making it to the target below the Gladiator, 10 for hitting the bullseye above her. Battle Station 1, the crossbow lights it up a miss and the station explodes. Well, she's good with a javelin, how good is she with a bazooka? Takes her aim, has a look. Yes, that's the right way round, just off target, and another flash in the face. Oni on her way to Battle Station 3, evading the barrage from Zodiac. Head down, get to that rocket launcher. She'll have to be quick. Oh, another explosion. No points, failing to fire a weapon. Crosses the Battle Station 4, the mortar. Just gets there. Lines up. Good shot. Just short now, the dash for the tunnel. Oh, looked like something caught her. Certainly, John Anderson seems to agree. Explosive stuff.
Well done, Oni. Did you enjoy that one?
I didn't enjoy that at all. That was hard, very hard.
And every time the bases explode, it scares everyone.
It scares the life out of me.
Well, you nearly got there, but you got yourself 3 points. Well, Oni.
Oni's supporters happy with that result, but they weren't out there facing that barrage.
And next up to face Zodiac is Joanne. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ladies ready! 3, 2, 1.
Well, Joanne's sport is running, which is just as well because she's got to do a lot of that in the danger zone. Station 1, the crossbow. Just off target. That's what Zodiac's seeing, and that's what Joanne's getting. Scrambles to station 2, bazooka. She's out of there, onto battle station 3, the rocket launcher. Oh, pops one in the chops. Sensational sharp shooting from Zodiac. Quick eye and quick fingers. Flashes down there.
Oh, Joanne. Unlucky. I bet that hurt as well.
No, it wasn't too bad, actually. I think you're too excited for it to hurt.
Well, hopefully that hit some of your protective outfit there. Joanne, unlucky. You got yourself 2 points, though.
Thank you.
You enjoy it?
Yeah.
Well done. Long way to go. Let's hear it for Joanne.
Her sister and mum leading the cheers there. After 3 events, Oni still has a commanding lead, 15 points to 2, but plenty of time to catch up.
And on to the men. And the first up is Andrew. And he's going to be facing the Rhino. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ladies ready! 3, 2, 1.
Andrew very fast over short distances, scrambles to battle station 1. Rhino sniping constantly, pinning him down. Oh, that was a good effort by Andrew, just off centre. The magician could do with pulling a few rabbits out of the hat here. Dives for the cover of station 2, and Rhino relentless. Andrew takes aim, 10 points now will be just the job. Takes too long though, bang goes to the station, and another chance. Breaks to his right and battle station 3, rolls himself out of trouble, armed himself with a rocket launcher. Rhino's firepower remarkable again. Andrew taking time he couldn't afford there. No point as the station blows. Now is the last chance for a maximum 10. Battle station 4 on the mortar, gets there safely, lines up, gets one away, but off beam. Next it's the lower target. Andrew spent as much time on the floor as he has on his feet. Channels through the tunnel to punch home the 5 points. And the fans go wild. There's Mum Faye and Dad Leo.
Well done, you got there in the end. Love the way you slid into her first base.
It's like playing baseball, John. Tough game, but I enjoyed it.
Well done. You got yourself 5 points. Well done, Andy. And the last of our male contenders to face the Rhino is Adrian. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Anita ready! 3.
Adrian, the man from the Building Society, looking for more credit now as he storms to station 1. He's banked a good lead, but needs to capitalise just off target with the crossbow. Cross to station 2 like a hurdler. Grabs that bazooka to return the Rhino's rapid fire. Off target again. Safely away to station 3 in the rocket launcher. Adrian trying to stay out of the firing line. Gets one away, but as far as accuracy is concerned, all these contenders have been found wanting. Will the mortar cement his win? No, well short of the upper bullseye. Now he breaks for the lower target. Mates into the cylinder. It's going to be 5 points safely deposited for Adrian. Rhino typically generous with his praise. And young Wayne's a happy lad. A little wonder either, because after 3 events, Andrew's on 7 while Adrian's on 19. Time now for another sunshine break.
Most people think that golf isn't very aerobic, but on a full golf course you can walk up to 3.5 miles in a single round. And on a day like today, there's the sun, the heat, you can really work up a sweat. And there's the carrying of the golf clubs as well. You need really big, strong shoulders for that. Lightning? Yeah, love.
And standing by ready is Oni. And she's going to be pursued by a panther. He's going to be pursued by Rio. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Oni in pink and Joanne in yellow start on the balance beams. Now they're pursued by the Gladiators and a first ever outing for Rio. Oni in the lead, first to the finish, scores 10, second 5, unless tagged by the Glads. There's a 1-point penalty every time a foot touches the floor while balancing the beams, but Oni opening up a yawning gap on that hand ladder. But look at Joanne clawing back that lead. A superb hand ladder pursuit performance from the Livingston contender. She's going to come off that ladder in the lead. Touchdown. And Joanne easily first to conquer the cones and make it to the wire bridge. Joanne with better bridge work than a dentist. Next will come the low wall. Take a jump at it. Doesn't use the rope and struggles for a second there. Heaves herself over as Oni completes the wire bridge. Joanne scuffles under the web trap. Rio very fast. She's easily overtaken Oni. Will she catch Joanne? Oh, just fails to tag her on the high wall. Joanne escapes by the skin of her teeth. Oh, nearly takes a shortcut round the cones into the final straight and the second web trap. Keeps her knees high, stays out of trouble, springs for the line, and a 10-point victory. Joanne is delighted. And I think the old man's quietly pleased as well. And you can see how close Rio got to tagging her. For a first performance, I think we can all say Rio grand. After 4 events, Oni's 5 points brings her up to 20, while Joanne's 10 totals her to 12.
Moving straight into the men's event, and standing by is Andrew. And he's going to be pursued by Cobra. And on the other side is Adrian. And he's going to be pursued by, there's only one, Sandwell. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Andrew in the red strip, Adrian in the blue, and here comes a whole heap of trouble. Touch the floor, it's a point deducted. Failed to touch a yellow corner, it's 2 away. Adrian just in the lead, more used to balancing his building society books. Oh, Andrew's down. That's a point away. Oh, another 2 because he failed to touch that corner. An expensive mistake from Andrew, but he's still well placed for a win. Very fast on the hand ladder. Adrian first off the ladder, but Andrew nips into the lead. Look at those legs go. Wire bridge now. Adrian's pulled back. It's neck and neck with Adrian away first. Up and over and under again for the web trap. The Gladiators hard pushed to stay in contention. Up for the high wall. Both guys struggling. And it looks like Andrew's going to be down first. Looks like he's got the edge into the straight. Oh, what's he doing? Relapsing concentration. He scrambled under the trap instead of striding through it, and Adrian sprints on to snatch the victory. That has cost him badly, but 10 points for Adrian and 2 points for Andrew if you deduct his penalties.
There's no other way to go on these games. And I really feel sorry for Andy because he went the wrong way there. And he was with me head to head all the way. With a lot of respect for that guy.
Let's just bring Saracen in. Saracen, this guy was fast, but you were having a bad time.
I was having a bad time, but he blew me away. The man was super speed. He was super fast. I wouldn't have caught him anyway.
Well done, Adrian. 10 points. Well done.
Well, I mean, it looked to me at one stage that you might even overtake Adrian.
Well, one of those things went the wrong way. Adrian's a good competitor. So, I've known him all this week, seems like I've known him a year. It's hard to go up against him, but it's just the best man on the event.
Well, you were very fast and in fact, Cobra, you were almost catching him up.
Yeah, I was getting worried. I nearly broke my unblemished record. I nearly actually caught someone.
Oh, don't put yourself down, love. Don't put yourself down. John Anderson, if I could just bring you in, you have something to say?
Yes, regrettably, because Andy tried so hard, but I have also further bad news. He fouled down at the beams and lost 3 more points, so he has only 2 points.
Well, Andy, obviously that's a great disappointment to you.
Just one of those things, you just got to dig in hard. There's another event to go. I'll try my hardest and see what we get.
That's what I like to hear. A bit of enthusiasm. Let's hear it for Fazza and Cobra.
Oh, poor old Cobra couldn't even catch a handshake after the event. Andrew has 9, Adrian 29.
That's good. So, Rhino, give the viewers some insight. When you get up there and you see the contender for the first time, what are you thinking? No, wait. Take the gum shield out, man. Give me the gum shield. That's better. And tell the viewers back home, what's it like?
It's like awesome power, man, explosive. Like, take that, man, boom! You know what I'm saying? It's like kaboom, explosive, man.
I tell you what, why don't you put the gum shield back in? Yeah, you make more sense.
First up, it's Onyema. And she's going to be facing one of this season's new gladiators. It's Rebel.
And that rebel yell goes up because this new gladiator is an Olympic and Commonwealth Games sensation whose achievements are complemented by these superb stats. And from Oni's figures, you can see they're fairly evenly matched. So what does team coach think?
Who's up? Onyema. You know, she's up there. She hasn't got a point to prove. She'll probably be thinking, if I stay on, I'll get 5 points. Whereas if she had a different attitude, I'll attack, get the 10 points. You'd see a different fight, so we're just going to wait and see. We'll see whether she comes out defensive. I've told her to attack, but in her head, she might be just thinking, I just want to go for the 5 points.
3, 2, let's get ready to rumble. And both girls straight down to business. 30 seconds of rocking and rolling. 10 points for the win, 5 for the draw. And a strong start from Oni. The Rebel getting stuck in now. Rebel in a bit of trouble. Oh, Oni steps across. Puts her foot on Rebel's platform.
Stepped over. She stepped over. She had it that close, man. Hey, that was Bish Boss. If ever I've seen Bish Boss, that was it. That was a good fight, though.
Sure was, Eunice, and Oni just getting too carried away there. What a tragedy for the contender. Disqualified, no points.
Next up on duel, it's Joanne. And she's going to be facing another new gladiator. It's Rio.
And Rio ready for a bit of bish bosh herself. Again, these girls evenly matched. Height, 187, weight, 83 kilograms. Rio flying down to Joanne with a swinging Mardi Gras shots to the body and the head. Joanne struggling to get into contention, taking a real bish bash on the bonds there. Is she going? Oh, have that! She's gone, and the new gladiators keep a clean sheet on their dueling debuts. Joanne's got down, so the crowd might as well get down too. In the playback, you can see Joanne's never really comfortable up there, and Rio just jabs her out of it. So after 5 events, Oni's on 20, while Joanne's on 12.
So now we move into the men's event with Andy. And he's going to be facing our new male gladiator. It's Ace.
And new boy Ace did great in Powerball. How's he going to do on duel? Well, he has a distinct height and weight advantage for this grueling dueling. Let's go up there and hear what they're saying. Well, sounds like a convention of terrible ventriloquists, but they're up and at it. Let's go! Ace defending with his free hand while Andrew's at it like a steam train. Andrew relentless in his assault. And new boy Ace in trouble. And he's dropped his stick. Basil's let him have it. And John Anderson's blown up.
Disqualified.
10 points to Andrew. The magician makes the ace disappear. Disqualified for losing his stick, I guess. Here it comes again. And Andrew unloads a megaton bomb. Rattles the ace, who's forced to defend one-handed.
Well, Ace, as a new gladiator, that was going to be a very, very promising game, and you must be very disappointed.
I think I got a little bit overexcited up there.
Well, John Anderson here's to explain exactly why you were disqualified, just to rub it in just that little bit extra.
Well, both the contender and the gladiator know this is a game of attack. Defence is not permitted. It's got to be an attacking game. If, on the other hand, you take your one hand off the implement, you're not in a position to attack, you're defending, and therefore you are disqualified.
Arsenal game, I saw the two of you up there psyching each other out, giving each other a bit of verbal. What was going on?
You got to remember, I'm the magician here. He's the ace, but I control the deck.
Hey, we like it. Well done, let's hear it for Andy and for Ace. No mind.
So it's two hands on the implement in future, please. Andrew's twin brother Anthony enjoyed that.
Next up on duel, it's Adrian. And he's going to be facing the mighty Warrior.
As always, it's a less than enviable task to face the Warrior. The big chap is 16 centimetres taller than Adrian and 41 kilos heavier. And on top of that, spare-time horseman Adrian said something he may live to regret last week.
Good boy. Would you believe it? The horse is called Warrior. Just as strong as a gladiator, but not as ugly.
Oh dear, oh dear. But I can see what he means, though.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, Warrior chastises Adrian, but was he a little previous?
You will play to the whistle. You started before the whistle. Play to the whistle. If you start before the whistle again, I will disqualify you.
Adrian's wife seems to have a fierce old temper. This barracking won't improve Warrior's mood.
2, 1.
It's hammer time, and Warrior first to the punch again, this time inside the whistle. Ba-boom! And it's over. I think Andrew's mum rather enjoyed that. Warrior certainly did. Well, don't blink or you'll miss the replay. Warrior whops him with two right-handers. After 5 events, Andrew fights his way up to 19, while Adrian stays on 29. Join us after the break for what promises to be two nail-biting eliminators on Gladiators, the Challenge.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time in our first Northern Heat. Now, one of the great things about this year is that the overall winner of the fastest time on the eliminator will receive £1,000. So keep your eyes peeled. Let's have a look at the girls' scoreboards. Now, Joanne's on 12 points, Ony's on 20 points. That's an 8-point difference, giving Ony a 4-second head start.
Onyema, you will go on my first whistle. Joanne, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
And off goes Ony on our grueling eliminator course designed to test the very best. And here comes Joanne, the high and the low hurdles. Next comes a new element to this series, the strength-sapping physical nightmare called Spaghetti Junction. It's just like the real thing. You don't know where you are or where you'll end up. A giant spider's web. Ony looks to be finding a way to freedom first, escapes the trap and into the rope climb. Incredible encouragement for both contenders. Oh, but Joanne's in trouble, swinging about like Tarzan, her sister and husband in despair. Ony on the hand ladder needs to consolidate her lead now. And Joanne finally gets a desperate foothold on the platform. Ony manages to complete the hand ladder. Next will come the 20-foot rollers. Keeps her footing, and next it's the net. It's a climb which has been the downfall of many a contender over the past 4 seasons, and Joanne looks to be gaining. Both girls on the net now. Ony's dad Cyril on his feet, so's her brother Royston. Ony nearing the top, gripping that net and gritting those teeth. Holds herself onto the gantry for the sprint to the zip. Joanne struggling, letting Ony extend that lead again. Ony will go to the furthest line for the quick zip to the floor. Going down, next stop the safety mat. Splash down. Ony will turn onto the balance beam as Joanne starts her slide. Here she comes, fails out, good landing. And Ony's on the balances. Good, calm, confident step. She knows what's ahead of her, and so do we. The most diabolical torture since the Spanish Inquisition. The legendary travelator. Up she comes. Has she got enough left? Yes, she has. Onyema Amadi tames the eliminator, takes the rope and springs into the next round. A real credit to Cardiff. Cyril and the family on their feet. What a performance as Joanne bursts through to take the runners-up prize.
Well, Onyema Amadi, you're the winner of our first Northern Heat. That's for you. You go through to our semi-finals. You're one tough cookie.
Thanks a lot. I want to say thanks to all the crowd. They turned it up tonight for me. They've been excellent. Well done, Joe.
Well, it's going to take a lot to beat this girl. Let's hear it for her. Onyema Amadi, well done.
Joanne, you know yourself. You lost it on the rope. 2 or 3 attempts.
Just lost it, I did. But I was fighting till the end, and she's a very powerful girl. I can't take anything away from Onyema. And I wish you all luck. And I hope you can go all the way, because you're a big, strong girl. And you've got the power there to win.
Good sport, but you don't go away empty-handed, because here's your medal. Well done, darling.
Applause and pride from husband Mark. And Oni goes to celebrate with the family. Consolations for Joanne, the Birmingham-born postwoman. Obviously disappointed, but a great performance. She gave everything. And there's Oni's nephew, Aaron. So the eliminator time to beat for that £1,000 is 1 minute 39.8 seconds. Next comes the guys. Adrian has a 10-point advantage, which boils down to a 5-second head start over Andrew.
Well, Adrian, we were saying backstage that some people might prefer to be chasing.
Oh, certainly. 5 seconds ahead means nothing, as well we all well know. As far as I'm concerned, we're level peg, and I'd like to wish Andy all the very best.
Well, Andy, you will normally come out with something wise to say. Have you got anything to say at this point?
I wish I was a man that wasn't in this position. Like I said earlier, I've known Adrian this week. Seems like I've known him for a year. And I wish it wasn't me that was up against him, but it is, and we'll just go for it.
May the best man win. I'll see you both at the end. Best of luck.
Adrian, you will go on my first whistle. Andrew, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Adrian knows he's got to put as much distance between himself and his opponent before that second whistle blows. He's into Spaghetti Junction, the noodles from hell, as Andrew sets off fast across the hurdles. And Adrian's up that rope like a dose of salt, while Andrew's tangling with the fantastic elastic. As Adrian stretches for the hand bike, trying to get his pedaling rhythm going as Andrew hacks his way through to freedom. Elaine, his girlfriend, can't believe it. Adrian, ungainly on the bike, but getting the job done. Andrew on the rope, pulls himself up. Adrian onto the rollers, almost comes to grief, but onto the net. It's Andrew on the bike, pedaling strongly, and Elaine really giving him what for. Adrian almost desperate on the net, and getting a real ear bashing from the wife for his trouble. Well, he seems to have buckled his ideas up, and frankly, who can blame him? Climbing strongly now, reaches the gantry, almost as Andrew starts his climb. Andrew digging in, brave performances from both guys. Adrian along the gantry, grips the zip, starts his slip, 90 feet to the floor. Oh, skids to a stop. Knows he's still got a lot to do, turns to the balance beam, attacks it hard. Can he keep his... Oh, he's gone! Overbalances, so it's back to the beginning. And here comes Andrew. Leo's on his feet. Adrian's on the beam, jumps down, braces himself for the big one. Attacks the travelator. Surely this is a formality. Oh, he slipped! He hasn't got the impetus. Staggers back for a breather. And now the danger man, Andrew, taking his time on the beam. He can't afford a mistake. Adrian attacks again. His legs have gone. And Sarah can't bear it as Andrew Farrell steps lively into frame and into the semi-final. He's done it, and his supporters know it. Elaine is smiling at last, but Adrian won't be beaten by a machine. Oh, it looks like his right hamstring is giving him problems. The emergency stop button on the travelator has been pushed. His wife, Sarah, looks anxiously on as Fash and the referee and Gladiators medic Dr. Barrett all attend. Wayne looks fearfully on. It seems the problem started after that heavy landing from the balance beam. The damage was certainly sustained then. And what drama in this, the first of our Gladiator Northern Heats.
Take your time.
And the doctors diagnosed a torn hamstring. What a tragic finish to this superbly sportsmanlike contest. Andrew the first with his condolences to Adrian. And Sarah bravely coping with a disappointment for him. So back on the eliminator, Andrew Farrell takes a benchmark time of 1 minute 36.2.
I've been incredibly hungry because the way you walked up that travelator was something else.
Yeah, really tough. one of the toughest things I've done. I play pro rugby league, but let me tell you all out there, until you've done it, you haven't got an idea how hard it is. It's just a shame the way that I had to win. Like I say, I've known Eddie all this week. It feels like I've known him for a year. You know, he's been like my brother. But somebody had to win. Unfortunately, I won the way I won, but I won. Just like to shake Eddie's hand.
Absolutely, it's been great having you on the show. And this is for you, for being here today. And it'll be our great pleasure to welcome you back in the semi-finals. Let's hear it for Fazza!
Adrian, I have never seen, and I think Ollie will agree, we've been doing this show 5 years, we've never seen anybody with so much will to win. Absolutely fantastic.
Thanks so much. It's horrible to go out this way, and the first time up the travelator was fine. Second time I tried it, I felt the hamstring go, but that is absolutely no excuse whatsoever. I was beaten by a better guy on the night, and I wish him all the best in the next round.
Adrian, absolutely fantastic. What a sport. What a sport. Let's hear it for Adrian. Tremendous stuff.
Well, Gladiators is now in its 5th year, and the contenders just keep getting better. Andrew celebrates the victory with his loyal supporters. And Oni gives Adrian a consolation kiss, and Joanne's there with 1-2. A great guy and a great contender.
Well, Max, what can I say? What a terrific start to our 5th series here on Gladiators.
I've never seen anything like that in my life, Ollie.
Well, if you want more of the same, join us next week here on Gladiators.
Awooga!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
We've a special bullseye in just a few moments, featuring kids' TV legend Carol Lee Scott, who played Grot Bags and who sadly passed away this week. That's next on Challenge. And don't forget to make a date weeknights at 9 with one of the Chasers. Oh, and Bradders, of course.
Birmingham and to Gladiators, the challenge. Now, over the past 5 years, we've developed over 20 different games. The good news for our northern contenders tonight is that they'll only have to battle their way through 5, plus the eliminator.
That's right, Ollie. This is the Gladiators, the biggest and the best show on television. And, of course, the prizes are exactly the same. Runners-up, a fantastic prize, and South Africa's Sun City, plus £1,000 spending money. For the winners, £1,000 spending money, plus one of these luxurious four-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicles. Not bad.
And a little bit later on in the show as well, we'll take another peek at what the Gladiators got up to in Mauritius at their winter training camp at Cocoa Beach. But for now, let's meet our female northern contenders. They are Sarah Damm
and Hannah Owen.
feeling? I'm feeling good. You're looking very good and you're looking very relaxed. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm a lecturer in sports science at Solihull College.
Ah, I see. And it looks to me like you've got one or two friends in the audience over there. Who are they?
I've got all my family from London have come down. Half the kids from my old school at Baverstock are down, and a few other friends from down the town.
Oh, that's fabulous. What's your sport? What is it that you do?
I do the heptathlon, that's 7 events: hurdles, high jump, long jump, shot javelin, 2 and 800.
So do you feel that you're fit enough to face the Gladiators and indeed another contender?
Oh, definitely.
Well, this is your night, so enjoy it. Sarah Damm!
OK, Hannah. Are you feeling nervous?
Yeah.
The nerves are all right, are they?
Just coping with them. Just...
Tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Whitchurch, Shropshire.
Whoa! They're all in the house as usual. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a mother of 2, and I make hats. I've got my own business making hats.
OK, and what do you do in your spare time? Hobbies?
I play rugby.
Wow. So during the day you make hats, and in your spare time you're a rugby player?
Yeah, that's right.
A little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Now, also, it's a special day for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my little girl's first birthday. Happy birthday, Maisie!
Maisie, wherever you are, happy birthday. There she is. A little baby gladiator on the way.
Yeah.
And how do you think you're going to do today?
I'm nervous, but I'm confident, so I'll give it my best.
OK, off you go. Get yourself ready.
So while the girls prepare for their first event, let's meet the guys tonight. They are Steve Maughan
and Robbie Kinnaird.
Another posse of fans there, Steve. Tell us what you're doing, where you're from.
I'm from the small Riviera town of Thornaby, up there in Teesside, and I'm a sales engineer for Gascon Products.
Ah, I see. Whatever that means. Now, I understand you're quite a fit guy. What kind of things do you enjoy doing?
Well, it's not widely known, but I am the champion North East speed knitter.
I see. So your fingers are nimble.
Oh, yes. I hand contact, it's all there.
And what other sports do you enjoy doing?
Actually, I ride horses. I do compete in one-day events, horse trials, show jumping, that type of thing.
Are you any good?
I don't know whether I'm the right person to ask that, but I suppose the horsey profession would say I am to horse trials what Eddie the Eagle was to show jumping, I think.
Oh, don't put yourself down. Are you going to be any good at these events? That's what I want to know.
These are the important ones, and yes, I hope to.
Well, we'll be looking out for you. Let's hear it for Steve Maughan.
OK, Robbie, now you're representing the North. Where exactly are you from?
Oh, John, I'm from a little place in Scotland, a place called Stenhousemuir. You've been a footballer, John, probably know it as Stenhousemuir nil.
Yes, yeah, I can identify with it now, yes. And what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm actually a professional clown.
You're a professional clown?
And I've got to say, a lot of kids who have come to watch and will see me on the television haven't seen me without the makeup, which is quite frightening. So I thought I'd bring along a few bits just so I look the part, John. I've got...
Tartan hat? And the kilt?
Yeah, I think they recognise me now.
Yeah, I think they all recognise you. I've got to ask you, millions of viewers are all going to be asking, what is a clown doing on Gladiators?
Well, John, you haven't worked in some of the areas I've worked in. I make these balloon models, and you have to be a very fast 100 metres runner when 300 kids are walking one of them. You know, so you got to be swift.
And how do you think you're going to do tonight?
Well, I'm here to have fun. Life's about having fun, and we got through a lot of people to get here. I'm not going to miss the opportunity. I'm going to go out smiling, win, lose or draw.
Lovely. Off you go, Robbie. Let's hear it for Robbie Kinnaird. Off you go.
Well, what a great bunch of contenders. The ladies are now ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
And in the yellow atmosphere, it's Hannah! And in the orange sphere, it's Sarah! And they're going to be facing Ribble! And Panther! John Anderson.
10 pods for smoke. Contenders ready!
Sarah Damm, the Pink Lady. A lecturer from Birmingham blazes a trail across the arena. And completely bisects Hannah and Panther. Sarah leaves her Gladiator standing, a real rebel-rousing opening, but can't make it pay. Hannah on pod 4, fails to score. Here comes Sarah, running 3 for 3. Yes! Leaves the pod smoking and Rebel choking. 3 points in the pots. On the other side, Hannah with space for a pop at pod 4. She scores. Hats off to the Milliner from Whitchurch. 3-3 to score, and both contenders heading for the same pod. Hannah nudged onto the centre by Sarah. Panther late for the ball, and Hannah surrounded by more smoke than Mystic Meg. Sarah going for the jackpot on number 4. She's there. 6-6. Hannah with plenty of time for a roll on 3. She's off the pod, and Rebels off the pace. Sarah with the space, but running out of time. John Anderson sounds the time up. I wonder how he does that. A cracking start by both contenders. Hannah left Rebel in her wake. In fact, both Gladiators failed to get on a roll in this event. The only problems for the contenders came from each other, both heading for the same pods. This time, Hannah getting the better of the battle.
Tremendous. You ran Rebel ragged.
Yeah, it's hard, but I enjoyed it. It's one of my favourite games.
I should think it is. You got yourself 6 points. Well done.
Well, Sarah, what a fantastic event. I mean, looked to me like you were completely in control of the atmosphere.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, it certainly looked like it, because you picked up 6 points.
There's her mum in the middle, flanked by a couple of her aunties. Very pleased with Sarah's start. Honours even, 6 apiece after the first event.
And moving straight into the men. And in the yellow sphere, it's Robbie. And in the orange sphere, it's Steve. And they're going to be facing 2 of our biggest gladiators, Ace and Hunter. Oh, look at John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
There's Steve Maughan setting off down the slipway for the metal buckling bash in the middle. Oh, Ace impacts on Robbie Kinnaird, and Steve sticks one in as well. Robbie finishes his roll and gets a sandwich. The guys can break free now to clock up some points, and the Glads have both got them cornered. As far as tactics go, the contenders could do with some right now. They're both having a crack at 2. Give up. Steve now going for a shot at 1. Oh, 3 points at last. And children's clown Robbie more used to a bucket of water in the face than all that smoke. Hunter marking Steve, keeping him wide. He won't get a shot at pod 4. Good defensive performance from Hunter. His patrol keeps pod 3, a no-go zone as well. Robbie could do with a break, but Ace won't give him one. And there is the one he won't give. Nudged off. A little puff there, but obviously way off the centre. Time running out for him now. Steve steaming on pod 4. Hunter is just enough to deny him. And there is the hooter. 3-0 to Steve. But Robbie's fans enjoyed it anyway. Here's the man.
Well, Robbie, hard work. You came down the ramp with a lot of conviction.
Yeah, I feel it's a bit of a waste, John. For the last 6 months, I've been eating birdseed and carrots, thinking it could be like a little hamster. And what a waste, John. I mean, I enjoyed it. Great fun, great fun.
That's the most important thing. Unfortunately, no points. But let's hear it for Robbie.
Well, Steve, I suppose it wasn't a great start. You started off trying to go for the same pod. Neither of you got it.
This is it. I mean, we're chasing after each other all over the place to start with. Every time I looked around, there just seemed to be 3 or 4 balls here all the time, and it was difficult to find your way through. I think I did, though. I think I managed to catch one of them.
Well, it wasn't a completely disastrous start. You picked up 3 points.
That's brilliant. Thanks, man.
Steve Maughan, well done.
Well, Ace, great job. Clean sheet. Got to be pleased with yourself.
Very pleased. No score. I'm happy with that.
Looked like you were really working the atmosphere. A lot of leg work.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with that. Once you use your arms, you get too tired. It's all leg work, but it's good fun.
Well done. Hunter, your man scored. I know you'll be quite cross with yourself.
Yeah, we all met in the middle. I think the contender Ace was in my face, but Managed to get it together in the end, but good game, plenty of blocking, great fun.
Long way to go, guys. Let's hear it for Ace and the Hunter.
Ooh, I hope your dad doesn't find out. 1 down, 4 to go. Steve's on 3 while Robbie's yet to score. While they take a breather, we'll take a tropical timeout at the Gladiator training camp.
Gonna stretch your reach. All the gladiators are here to show how to work that body like a dynamo. Give it up.
Here at Cocoa Beach, we're at sea level, which is no good if you want to train for the wall. To do that, we have to go over to the other side of the island, which is over there, over those mountains. And to get there, we need one of these. Come on, Wazza, let's go. We're going to go rock climbing.
No way. I ain't climbing aboard that thing.
Why not? Wolf's in there and he's afraid of flying.
It's not the flying I'm afraid of. It's those rotors.
But they aren't going to touch you. All you've got to do is bend your knees. I'm a big lad like you.
I'm not talking about that. I'm on about the speed they go. Ruin my hair.
Standing at the foot of the wall, it's Sarah. She's going to be chased by Boo. Here we go. Also getting ready to climb, it's Hannah. But hot on her heels will be Lightning.
Earlier, Hannah told me how she got herself into this situation.
I sit and watch the show every Saturday night with my young daughter Molly, and basically I thought I could do better than some of the contenders, so I applied and here I am. So now I've got to put my money where my mouth is and prove it.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2,
60 seconds
1.
to scale the escarpment. First to the top 10, second scores 5. Sarah in pink looks to have the lead, but both girls on the up very quickly indeed. Sarah with no respect for the overhang. Oh, and here come the Glads. Vogue on Sarah, but she's got her work cut out. Look at Sarah. She's almost at the summit, climbing the centre chimney. She's sharper than a Sherpa. She's there. Sarah Damm blasts her way to the top. A rock-solid performance. And here comes Hannah. What an achievement, outpacing Lightning, who's usually a wonder on the wall. 5 points.
Well done, you made it against the odds. How does it feel?
It feels great.
I should think it does. Valuable point. You got 10. Hannah, you made it as well. You were a bit worried about this one, weren't you?
Yeah, hate heights. Fantastic.
Not nice having Lightning chase you as well.
No, I'm scared stiff.
You didn't get yourself 10 points, but you still got yourself 5 points. Well done, girls.
Hats off to Hannah. They're pinching my lines. After 2 events, the girls have managed some rip-roaring scoring. Sarah 16, Hannah 11.
So now we move into the men's event with Steve. He's going to be chased by Hunter. Also getting ready for the climb, it's Robbie. He's going to be followed closely by Snake Hips himself, it's Cobra.
Is he going to climb the wall or hitch a lift? Earlier, Steve told me about his pre-competition personal preparation.
One of the training techniques I've used in preparation for Gladiators was plyometrics. It works on your basic power and speed and gives you that explosive action which I believe you need to do well in Gladiators, if not win.
3, 2, 1.
It's Robbie in blue nearest us, Steve in red, and they can't afford to hang about because the best in the business are going to be behind them. Both guys struggling with their handholds, and any moment's hesitation will certainly be punished. And the Glads are up and at them. Cobra and Robbie, Hunter on Steve. Robbie in all sorts of bother on the overhang, and Hunter lifts the point and the wall from contender with content. Robbie's still in with a chance, his fans right behind him. Trouble is, so is Cobra. Robbie, the children's entertainer, trying the centre chimney. Cobra's got a foot and wrenches him off with one hand. A good professional performance from both Gladiators. They always deliver the goods. After 2 events, the scores remain the same. Steve 3, Robbie 0.
Well, 2 cracking events there to kick tonight's show off with, but of course there's still 3 more events to come, plus the Eliminator. So join us after the break here on Gladiators.
So, welcome welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham. Moving on to our next event.
Suspension bridge.
And the first up to walk the bridge is Sarah. And she's going to be facing, her name is Rio.
Let's hear the future plan of Sarah Damm.
It's important that I win Gladiators this year. As far as my athletic season was concerned, I started off extremely well, had a load of personal best performances. Halfway through the season though, unfortunately I got injured and I didn't qualify for the Olympics in Atlanta this year. That was a big disappointment for me, but what would really round the season off well is if I won Gladiators.
3, 2, 1.
Sarah flying down to Rio, while Rio looking to become a dam buster. Oh, there's a push and a shove, and Rio finds herself barged off the bridge. And I'm flicking through the book because I think pushing's a breach of the rules.
Rio, well, that was an unusual way to come off. I think you better talk us through that.
Yeah, I don't quite know what happened there, Fash. I think she just surprised me with an almighty push and, well, I just wasn't expecting it, really.
Well, I think we better call John Anderson in because it certainly looked like it was a bit of a push. John, tell us what your decision is.
The rules are very clear and have been explained over and over again to both contenders and gladiators. Pushing is not allowed, hitting is. The contender pushed, she is disqualified.
Oh, it's hard, but a fair decision. John Anderson spot on. The rules are quite clear, and if we look at it again, Sarah makes no attempt to swing a blow with her hammerhead, and it's a straightforward push that topples Rio.
And next up, it's Hannah. And she's going to be battling against Rebel. Over to John Anderson.
Contender
Hannah Owen, the mild-mannered milliner, meets her in the middle. This looks like being a cleaner battle. Hannah soaking up some punishment, but driving the Rebel back to her platform. Rebel is relentless, though. Hannah needs to get some aggression going, becoming a bit of a mad hatter and a big hitter. Rebel's going for the finish, the bridge swinging, and so's the Rebel. If Hannah can hang on for the final whistle, she'll score 5. Rebel digging in, and it looks like Hannah's going to score. Come on, girl. Oh, no, Hannah's down and out with barely 2 seconds left on the clock. What a disappointment. What a game effort from the Shropshire lass. She made the Rebel work hard for that clean sheet. Here she is for a chat with Fash.
Oh, Hannah, what a great battle.
She was just too strong. She just kept coming at me. I couldn't do anything about it. She was trying to keep my balance.
Rebel, whoa, she's a tough girl.
Tough is not the word. I couldn't believe it. I was like, go down, go down, go down.
At one stage, do you think you were going to go down yourself?
Yeah, because I lost balance, but she just kept on going at me all the time. Credit to her. It was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Well done. Let's hear for Rebel and Hannah.
Well, despite all that effort, Hannah comes away empty-handed, but Sarah's disqualification means her score remains unchanged as well.
OK, you've seen the ladies. Now let's see the men. And the first up is Steve. And he's going to be facing the action man himself. It's Trojan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready to go! Ready! 3, 2, 1.
10 points for a successful crossing. Steve, the salesman from Thornaby, straight into the thick of it with Trojan, and that will do. He's out of there. 7 seconds on the clock, and Trojan sends Steve into orbit. Robbie's brother John there with a sporting reaction. In the playback, Steve walks right into a left from Trojan, loses his balance, and Trojan helps him on his way.
And the last of our male contenders to walk the bridge is Robbie. And he's going to be up against, there's only one, it's Saracen. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready to go! Ready!
got to do what a man's got to do. Oh, Robbie should be armed with a custard pie up there on the bridge. A wild miss by Robbie, and now it's all over the place. Saracen gets him, scoots him off with a backhand. Robbie never happy up there. He certainly was that time. In the replay, it all gets a bit clumsy. Robbie's doubled up, but not with laughter. And before he notices, the joking jockey's on the deck. Great performance from all the Gladiators, a completely clean sheet. Steve stays on 3, Robbie on 0.
Most wolves are scared of heights, but not me. When I get back to UK, I want to climb the highest peaks. I want to start with Scafell Pike. Then I'm going to go to Scotland and I'm going to climb Ben Nevis. After that, I'm going to go to Wales and climb Mount Snowdon.
Wolfie, what are you doing? Get off the floor, you're going to be absolutely filthy.
Panther, you spoil everything!
Never mind, Wolf.
Event number 4. First up on Sumo Ball, it's Sarah. And she's going to be facing one of this season's new gladiators. It's Rio. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready for ready! Take the straight. 3, 2, 1.
Well, if you're wondering what this is all about, join the club. The latest gladiator event is called Sumo Ball, and as you can see, the idea is to force your opponent off the platform using that 75-kilo sumo ball. Sarah will score 10 for knocking Rio off the platform, or 5 for staying on for 30 seconds. Sarah on the rim and can't seem to push back into contention. Rio really on top of this event, but can't finish her off. Sarah desperately hanging on for 5, always teetering but never toppling. Oh, looks like Sarah's on for the 5. There's the hooter. A great effort from Rio, but Sarah Damm's no pushover. Well, the crowd certainly loved it. I wonder if the girls did. Let's find out.
Well, Rio, what can I say? She's positively petite next to you, and she did incredibly well.
She's ever so small compared to me, but she's very, very strong.
It was kind of interesting what you were doing there, going around the rim of the platform, but, I mean, you're tough.
I was holding on for dear life there. And then I got my balance back and I thought, right, I've got to go for it now. And I tried to push her off. She changed direction. It's just about to keep moving around.
Well, you must be delighted. You picked up 5 points. Well done. Next up on Sumo Ball, it's Hannah. And she's going to be facing Panther.
Let's size these two up. The stats for the cat reveals she's 1.67 meters in height and 63 kilos in weight. Whereas Hannah the Hat is not only taller, she's also heavier, and that's an advantage in this new event.
3, 2, 1.
And straight from the off, Hannah, who's a keen rugby player, will treat this sumo ball like a rugby scrum. The Panthers got a work cut out to keep Hannah out of the points. Panther seems to have the middle ground at the moment, but if push comes to shove, there's a chance she'll give ground. Hanging grimly onto her handle. Looks like Hannah's good for 5. Not often you see the athletes facing off back-to-back. Must be easier ways of earning a living. The Shropshire lass trying to give Panther the run around, but it's going to be for 5. John Anderson blows the hooter again. Looks like a giant tomato as Panther makes her way round to congratulate the contender. As far as they're concerned, it's Hannah from heaven. 5 points apiece means the scores stand at 21-16.
With Steve. And he's going to be facing the Rhino.
And a pensive look from Rhino as these two size each other up. Rhino's 30 centimetres shorter than Steve, but over 70 kilos heavier. So all in all, Rhino's the better built for this event.
3, 2, 1.
At the moment, he looks to have the advantage. The Rhino's either charging or in charge. Steve hanging on like a rag doll. Rhino's shaking him and shoving him. And Steve's revolving on the rim. Oh, he gone. Steve sent for a ball, and the ravaging Rhino has a ball. Looking at it again, Rhino has Steve running rings round him, and that's exactly what he wants.
Last up on Sumo Ball, it's Robbie. And he's going to be facing the might of the Warrior.
Warrior, the beefiest of the bunch. And as he flexes pecs, let's take a look at the size of him. They don't build houses this big these days. Compare that to our kilted comedian, who's 20 centimetres shorter and nearly 50 kilos lighter.
3, 2, 1.
Warrior gets to work, but Robbie determined not to be a pushover, an entertainer by profession, but this situation is no comedy for him. The Warrior giving it everything. In fact, it has to be said, Robbie's a Highland hero just for hanging on this long. 5 points if he stays put for the 30 seconds, and living on the edge. And if the sumo ball weighs 75 kilos, he's holding back a combined weight of nearly 200 kilos. Less than 10 seconds to go. Can he hold on for the point? He's digging his heels in. He's done it! There's the hooter, and I think Robbie's pleased with that. Oh, wind your backs, please. And that's Robbie's wife, Fiona, there, adding her voice to the celebrations, because that performance means Robbie storms into the lead.
Well, Robbie, I have to say that compared to this big lump of muscle, you're a slip of a lad.
Well, yeah, I looked at him and I thought, this is just like on the beach. You know, the big guy be the wimp for the beach ball. He was not getting my beach ball, I'll tell you that now.
He certainly wasn't. You were so desperately in need of a point. You've yet to score, but you picked up 5 points. And really, all the credit has to go to him.
Oh, absolutely. It's, I was just trying to take the strain and try and push him around the edge, but he moved very well. Quick on his feet, did great. All credit to him.
Let's hear it for Warrior too, Robbie?
Warrior, always the superb sportsman, and just to confirm Robbie's lead after 4 events, Steve stays on 3, Robbie scores 5.
Having only climbed the Gladiator wall twice in competition, I'm not quite the experienced rock climber I'd like to be. But this particular wall, it's about 90 feet tall. That takes about 10 minutes to climb. Now, Hunter can climb our wall in the arena in 10.2 seconds. There, you know, I'm learning to love rock climbing. I must say, though, this face is craggy, rough, thoroughly unpleasant. But it's not as craggy, rough and unpleasant as this one.
So, moving on into our next event. And first up to hang tough is Sarah. And she's going to be swinging against a Falcon.
Ah, the fabulous Falcon is great in the air as she is on the ground. 1.7 metres tall, weighing in at 67 kilos, which means she's the same height as Sarah, but 5 kilos heavier. Mind you, weight doesn't mean anything in this event.
3, 2, 1.
A reminder that it's time for reaching the Gladiator platform. If you're hanging tough in the scoring zone when John Anderson blows his hooter after 60 seconds, you score 5. Falcon on patrol in the centre, Sarah favouring the left wing. Falcon making a move on Sarah now, looks to have her in check, but Sarah's made it to the scoring zone. Falcon defending her platform and figuring out her best method of attack. It looks like Sarah's happy to bide her time to bank those points. Falcon makes a swing for a better position, but it's not as good as she hoped. Falcon retreats to work out a better battle plan of engagement. 20 seconds to go. Sarah still hanging tough in the zone, looking confident. Certainly the flanking manoeuvre is an adroit management of the situation, which is probably easier to do than it is to say. But by going wide, it reduces the number of rings a gladiator can use to try and get you. You with me? Good. Sarah having a look. The threats diminish. Falcon's 1 ring with nowhere to go. She's certainly on for a 5. Time ticking down. That's it. It must be said, although it was a dull performance, it was tactically effective. There's Sarah's mum, Pauline, now down to the Northern team coach.
On hang tough ones, well, I did cheat slightly. John Anderson will probably go mad, but I put some baby oil on my legs and Jeff fell off. That was the only time I ever scored, I think. Every other time I got caught.
And next up to hang tough is Hannah. She's going to be facing the beautiful Vogue.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Well, Hannah needs to do well here. She knows that Sarah now has a 10-point lead in the competition. She's strong enough to hold on, but Vogue has the experience, having clocked up plenty of flying hours in hang tough training. The rings are 4 feet apart, 10 feet above the ground, and the red rings signify the perimeter of the scoring zone, which Hannah is now in. Hannah certainly adopting an aggressive approach to this event, as opposed to Sarah's more defensive posturing. Vogue backing up to marker. Looks to me as if Vogue's not close enough to take a swing yet. Just out of range. A ring short there. But this is a good performance from Hannah. Oh, and traversing to her left, a nice move. Eunice pleased with that. Less than 10 seconds. Oh, Vogue's got a grip. Oh, well, almost. Oh, right in the nose. Hope those trainers are clean. Hannah's put together all kinds of good moves. She really deserves her points. Great performance from Hannah Owen.
Oh, you know what, Northern Laura, we are going to take this championship, I'm telling you. But I feel more nervous now than I did when I was doing it.
There's Trevor, Hannah's husband, with their daughter Maisie, delighted with that. And if anything, Hannah's effort deserved more. After 5 events, it's 26-21.
So, moving straight into the men's event. And the first up to swing is Steve. And on the other side, psyching himself up, is Trojan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
The Trojan swings into action, leaner and meaner this season. The male Gladiators have worked well this evening, keeping the guys' scores low. Steve from Thornaby, Cleveland, needs to salvage something from this situation if he's to regain the lead over Robbie. And Steve with the Mother Brown defence. That's knees up. Trojan weighing up the situation. How's it go? We'll claim it as range finding. Computing a battle plan in his brain. Steve struggling. Trojan sees it and strikes. He's got him. Trojan's lost his helmet and Steve's lost his grip. A good show from the Trojan. Gets the job done and dusted in less than half a minute.
Steve, I see the disappointment on your face. You just missed that ring.
Yeah, it wasn't the most agile up there, but, you know, he did a good job again.
Well, I've got to say, had you got that ring, you'd have probably gone on to get to the other side of the platform.
That would have been a lovely thought, but it didn't happen, but it was the eliminator next, and that's the one that counts.
Trojan, I think it was about 3 swings, and you're on top of him already. That was quick.
Yeah, it's a quick route. I've been doing quite a bit of practice on this one. I must apologise. I guess the guy feels I'm picking on him today. But he's doing remarkably well, and all the best from the eliminator.
You have given him a rough time today, that's for sure.
Yeah, Trojan's in town, Fesh.
We can see that. Let's hear for Trojan and Steve. Well done, guys. And the last of our male contenders to hang tough is Robbie. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be facing the man we love to hate, the Wolfman.
Being a clown isn't all fun and games. There's a lot of hard work involved, but the reward is worth it. When you see 600 little beaming faces with big smiles upon them, there's no feeling like it. And I guarantee you, by the end of this show, I'll have wolfing stitches. I mean a smile. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean ambulances or stretchers. I mean a smile.
Good, positive thinking from Robbie. But the wolf rarely smiles for fear of cracking his makeup. Born to be wild, the wolf is a creature of habit. That's to say he habitually gets up everyone's nose. But to give him credit, there aren't many at his age who could do this halfway across in 2 giant swings. Robbie's going to have his work cut out here. The Wolf's onto him. He's got him. Oh, but Robbie's in trouble now. Oh, look at that, tweaking his nose, tickling him. The impudence of this Wolf. Robbie hanging on bravely, incredible strength. Surely he can't hang on. No, he can't. At least he got the Wolfman laughing, though. I've never seen the Wild Thing with such a grin on his face. He's almost human after all. Who'd have thought it, the Wolf cracking jokes. Looks like some of Robbie's natural humour's rubbed off on him.
Robbie, come this side. Let's get you in here. I thought you were going to hold him up. It didn't help with him tickling you, did it? And pulling your nose.
No, it didn't. And I got to say this. You know, when I was young, my heroes were Batman and Robin. And I got to say, my little boy over there, called Zach, who's 4, his hero is Wolf. But today, man, his dad is the hero, OK?
I don't think the Wolfman would argue that. Hey, Wolfman, good clean stuff.
Well, it doesn't say anywhere in the rules that you can't tickle.
But what about pulling people's noses?
Oh, you have a bit of fun out there, you know? I'm just glad he wiped it before he came out.
Let's hear it for Robbie, and let's hear it for the Wolfman. Well done, guys.
Are they sure? Wolf is innocent. Now that is a gag. I think he's writing these himself. Oh, maybe not. Well, while Wolf entertains the crowd, the scores after 5 events, Steve 3, Robbie 5.
Well, after that, I certainly need a break, and I'm sure all you viewers do. But don't go away, because you can see a lot more action here on the Gladiators. Hurrah!
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time in our northern heats. Now, the winner of the fastest eliminator time this year will receive £1,000. So that's something to keep your eyes out for. So let's have a look at the scoreboard at the moment. Hannah's on 21 points, Sarah's on 26 points. That's a 5-point difference, giving Sarah a 2.5-second head start.
Sarah, you will go on my first whistle. Hannah, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Sarah Damm from Birmingham starts her run, but here comes Whitchurch's Hannah Owen. High and low hurdles. The sports lecturer versus the hat maker. Next comes Spaghetti Junction, that tangled web of strength-sapping bungee cords. Sarah hacking away through the undergrowth, the nightmare on Eliminator Street. But it's Hannah who emerges first. Her family and Coach Mark look on as Hannah powers away up the rope. Sarah fighting back, but that head starts history now. Onto the overhead ladders. Sarah retakes the lead on the ladder. She'll touch down first. Next come the rollers. Sarah scrambles across those spinning silver cylinders and makes her way to the cargo net, now joined by Hannah. The crowd are on their feet. The net is agony to climb and agony to watch, as proved by Hannah's coach Mark and her husband Trevor. Sarah's going to hit the gantry first, but Hannah's almost with her. Sarah, yes, it's Sarah who sprints to the far zip, hooks up and launches into space, but Hannah's right behind her, stalking her every move. Sarah can't afford to put a foot wrong now. Sarah's Auntie Linda in the middle, her mum on the right, and Sarah onto the balance beams. She's regained her composure superbly well. She knows that Hannah will punish any mistakes. Off the balances, it's all about the travelator now, neck and neck. Sarah's there, oh, this is a close one. Oh, Hannah's let it slide away, Trevor's distraught, and Sarah Damm swings her way into the semis. Showed she had the strength, determination, and the character. Hannah's composing herself. She put up a magnificent challenge. Trevor's willing her on. She's got to finish it now.
Just a minute, head on. Big straight.
In times of crisis, the wise words of John Anderson always carry extra weight. Hannah attacks the torturous travelator. Yes, she tames it. She's at the top. What a girl.
Well, Sarah, I mean, that was one of the most exciting eliminators once again, head-to-head. That's what we like to see.
Oh, that was exhausting, but great fun. I tell you what, that eliminator's hard work at the end. Your legs are like jelly. It was dead easy in training, just going up a bit, but after that, boy, that was hard.
And I mean, you must have been very determined and very hungry indeed, because you just walked up the travelator.
I did. I know that one wouldn't let me down.
I'm an athlete, so the running part's not that difficult, so I really, really enjoyed it.
Well, here's a little memento of your evening with us here on Gladiators. I would like to welcome you back for the semi-finals.
Thanks very much.
I'll let you go off and see your fans. Let's see it for Sarah Damm. Well done.
Well, Hannah, we can all see the disappointment all over your face. You made up the 2.5 seconds, and the track later, well, that's been a graveyard for many, many contenders.
I can't believe it.
You must be feeling cross with yourself.
Oh, God, yeah. Can't believe it.
Neck and neck all the way, all the way.
I know, of course, we're up in the bungees. It was just neck and neck.
Well, you don't go away empty-handed. Here is the medal. Congratulations. Anything to add?
Thanks to all the supporters, my coach, my husband, and good luck to Sarah in the next round.
Good sport. Go and thank them, Hannah. Go on. Off you go. Let's hear for Hannah.
And Sarah accepts the plaudits from her fans. But not the beer. Celebrations are later. And poor old Hannah bitterly disappointed, and who can blame her? She gave her all. And that time of 1 minute 19.8 means Sarah's eliminator is the fastest so far, so she's in the frame for the £1,000. Now the men. Robbie has a 2-point lead over Steve, which boils down to a 1-second head start.
Well, Robbie, I have to say, it probably hasn't escaped anybody's notice that you guys haven't been particularly high-scoring tonight.
Not early, but we've been entertaining. Because we're here to entertain the crowd, and it ain't finished yet. And I'd like to wish Steve all the best. We've been geeing each other up backstage, and this is going to be a good race. And it's nobody's game, but he's going to have to run the race of his life to catch me.
It certainly is, and I mean, it's a 1-second head start to Robbie's advantage. It's not a lot in it.
No, there's no limit in it at all, and I'm sure, I hope it's just as close at the end, and we make a good race of it, really.
Well, we'll look forward to it. Let's wish them both the best of luck. Steve and Robbie, good luck.
Well, there's young Zach, Robbie's son, still smiling. And Lucy, Steve's girlfriend, can hardly look.
Robbie, you will go on my first whistle. Steve, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Robbie Kinnaird, originally from Stenhousemuir, sets off, followed by Thornaby, Steve Maughan, over the hurdles and into the bungee mess. Look at how those cords ensnare your arms and legs. Robbie getting in all kinds of tangles. And Steve looks like, yes, he's emerged in the lead. Robbie trapped completely. Fiona's wife can't believe it. Robbie throws himself clear with all his strength. Steve is at the top of the rope as Robbie's feet just touch the platform. Steve onto the handbike, pedalling strongly, and Robbie joins him to pump those pedals. Lucy getting behind Steve, he touches down first. Next the rollers, quickly across the logs. Next comes the net. Robbie slipping further back. Now he joins him on the net. He's got to dig deep. That's James, Robbie's dad. This eliminator course is nearly as tough as entertaining children. Steve's onto the gantry first. The net looks like it's sapped his strength. Robbie's still struggling. Fiona's face says it all. Steve hooks up to the zip for the slide to the floor. Splash down. Next comes the graveyard. Steve nursing his left thigh there. Robbie on the zip. He's down. Oh, and a terrible tumble off the safety mat. Fiona's been to hell and back tonight onto the balance beam. No, he's off. This eliminator has not shown Robbie any mercy whatsoever. Steve on the travelator, sprints to the summit, head high, and Steve Maughan earns a place in the semis. Lucy's on her feet, there's his mum Anne and his dad Dennis. Here comes Robbie, what a game guy. He's digging in, he's gonna make it, yes, he won't let go. Robbie Kinnaird, a heroic performance. And the family should be proud of him, he's given his all.
Delighted.
Oh, hey, thank God for that. I was just amazed. I knew I had a lot left. I knew I hadn't expended that much energy through the show. Just amazed, you know? Amazed.
Well,
just want to say a real big thanks to Robbie. He's been a good contender all the way through. He's always been fair, and I'm just gutted for him. I'm disappointed for him.
Well, as you know, in this game, somebody has to win and somebody has to not win, as the case may be. This is a memento of today.
Thank you.
Of all the hard work you put in tonight, but I'm going to have to ask you to come back again.
That's not a problem. Next time, I'll be better.
You better be. Let's hear it for Steve Maughan. Well done.
Tell us where you think you lost it.
Well, it was at the beginning. I was so fired up, and I knew the bungee, I just had to go for it. But
that's the bungee mage at the start.
That's the one. I went for it, and I just went straight into my helmet, which meant I had to go lower, higher. Just every ounce of Scotsman in me was in that bungee mage. And when I got out, I thought I could get it back. I hit the net, and my legs said, "What's happening?" You know, so I got, you know, that's it. I said I'd come here, and I said to do the best I can, and I can go away with my head up because I've done the best I can.
Well, Robbie, you didn't let anyone down, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Off you go, and thank all your family and the supporters. Travelled a long way. Let's hear it for Robbie!
And Steve presents the flowers to Lucy, and that picture says it all. Robbie there with little Zach. His dad's been a real credit to him tonight. And in the fastest eliminator competition, Steve's 1 minute 17.2 seconds run puts him in pole position.
Well, Fash, you have to agree, or I'll have to hit you very hard. Those were two fabulous head-to-head eliminators.
And if you want more, join us next week here on The Gladiators!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
They are gymnasts and bodybuilders, but once they put on a tight G-vest, they become gladiators. There's more next on Challenge. Over on Pick, taking a deep breath through customs. It's nothing to declare.
Birmingham and to Gladiators the Challenge. Now, our series this year is divided into northern and southern heats, and the respective champions will go on to meet each other, of course, in our grand final later on.
And the winners of the heats, well, there's some fantastic prizes lined up, and we haven't forgotten the runners-up, because they're going to win a fantastic holiday in one of the most beautiful places in the world, Africa's Sun City, plus £1,000. The runners-up. And the winners, they're going to receive one of these beautiful four-wheel drive off-the-road family vehicles.
Not bad at at all. And of course, a little bit later on, we'll see the Gladiators in action at their winter training camp at Cocoa Beach in Mauritius. Ooh. Anyway, here's something else to look forward to. Let's meet our female northern contenders. They are Michelle Kimberly
and Meleri Davies.
Great to see you, Michelle. You're looking fantastic. How are you feeling?
Fine at the moment.
At the moment. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do and where you're from.
I do modern pentathlon, and I come from Evesham in Worcestershire.
Modern pentathlon differ from the old-fashioned one?
Well, it includes running, swimming, shooting, horse riding and fencing.
Oh, so you're a fit lady.
I like to think so.
Now, I understand you're going on to do some studying, surely?
At Cambridge University, being a PE student.
Oh, are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, very much so.
Are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, we'll let you get ready for your first event. Michelle Kimberly.
Okay, Meleri, tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from a rural village in southwest Wales called Cynwel Elfed.
So all of your supporters out there, I can hear them all, they've all come down from Wales tonight.
Yeah, they travelled a long way to support me, so I'm going to really give it my best shot.
Okay, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a police constable.
Oh, and are they all here?
They're not all here, but most of them, and as you can see, they've got their helmets on.
And what do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I do some music, play the piano and sing in a choir.
And how do you think you're going to do today?
Well, I feel pretty confident. I'm going to give it my best, and I think I'm going to do well.
Well, I've got to warn you, there's no choirs and there's no music. Off you go, get yourself ready. Let's hear it from Meleri Davies.
And now it's time to meet tonight's male northern contenders. They are Johnny Alcock
and Andy Morley.
Johnny Alcock, what a fabulous name. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do and where you're from.
I'm a small black collie dog from the Shetland Islands, and I round sheep for a living.
This man, I have to tell you, I mean, the biggest threat to the Gladiators is his unpredictability. What are you like? Tell us really what you do and where you're from.
I'm really a quantity surveyor from Hartlepool.
Oh. Looks to me like you've got one or two friends there.
Well, two of them and the rest are all hired.
All right, you've paid them. I should think so, too. How do you think you're going to get on against the Gladiators?
I'll do all right, you know. I'm pretty keen.
You're certainly keen, and you've got the gift of the gab, so we'll look forward to chatting to you later on. Let's hear it for Johnny Alcock.
OK, Andy, where are you from, firstly? I'm from Huddersfield in West Yorkshire.
OK, wow. How many people have you got in the house tonight?
I think there. It's full.
Yeah, I can tell you that. It is full by the noise. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a builder. We've got our own family business.
It's a family business, isn't it?
It is, yes, yeah.
And I'm sure they're all here tonight. Who have you got here? Family?
Yeah, I've got my wife and my daughter Olivia.
And how do you think you're going to do today?
I'm confident. We'll see how it goes.
OK, off you go, Andy. Get yourself ready. Andy Morley!
Well, the girls are ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
And on the blue, it's Meleri! And using the red ball, it's Michelle! And those 5 baskets are going to be guarded by Nightshade, Vogue, and Lightning! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! Three, 2, 1.
Let's get it on and get him in. And traffic policewoman Meleri crops it from Nightshade. Fitness instructor Misha also fails to score. Michelle grabs her ball, escapes the Nightshade. That doesn't happen very often. Centre basket, 3 points. Loads up for another raid on the baskets. Both marks are wide, out of bounds. Nightshade with the tackle there. Meleri still manages to post a pair. Michelle looking to be the belle of the balls in this event. Bo's going to get a grip. Pulls it down by the elastic. And Meleri deals with heavy traffic every day, but not quite like this. And she's the one who usually does the high-speed chasing. Nightshade's there, takes the law into her own hands, but Meleri fighting back, evades capture and steals another couple of points. Meleri leads 3-4. Michelle needs to get a grip now, starting with that red ball. Nightshade pushing wide, can't contain her. She's going for the centre. Lightning's despairing dive, can't hold her. A second centre for Michelle. Time running down. Meleri needs to get back into the driving seat. Wrong foot's Nightshade. She's clear for the centre. Meleri Davies, a law unto herself in this event, wins it in the final seconds. And there's the sound of the hooter signifying the end of the 60. At a largely free-scoring time, the contenders open their account in spectacular style. Glad's not as sharp as they'd liked. Michelle with plenty of space to score her centre basket there.
How did you find it?
Good fun. Very tiring. I loved it.
Is it harder than what it looks on television?
Definitely. You have 1 minute to give it everything. And that's what I did.
You certainly did. Michelle, well done. I saw you kept sneaking off the centre pod.
Yeah, I was pleased about that.
Let's find out how many points you scored. Let's call in John Anderson. Johnny, give us the scores.
6 points, 7 points.
6, 7 points. Well done, girls.
After a rummage around the baskets, Michelle 6, Meleri 7 with 5 events to go. Back to Fash.
You've seen the ladies, now let's see the men. On the blue, it's Andy. It's Johnny! And they're going to be facing Rhino, Hunter and Ace! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Let's play ball. And Rhino bulldozes Andy the Builder. Oh, and Ace comes down on Johnny like a ton of bricks. Andy in blue back to the hot for another load, looking to mix it with Ace. Oh, another demolition job. Johnny looking to be good, but the Rhino's got other ideas. Big boys, these 3 Gladiators. They were born when meat was cheap. Andy again, and Rhino muscles in to mark him out. Johnny on the wing, shows he can outpace the Ace and the Hunter. 2 perfect points. Oh, Rhino's on his case. Lets him slip. Johnny on for 3. 5 points in as many seconds. This survey is all about quantity and quality. Explosive action from Johnny. Hunter's there to chastise him severely this time. Johnny out of bounds, but not out of breath, looking to get back into the fray. While Andy needs to get into the points. Has he got a card up his sleeve? If he has, the Ace trumps it. Johnny trying to outrun Rhino, and that's a rare sight in reality. A Hunter and a Rhino working together. Andy back in the ballpark. Once again, the Ace is the king. Time slipping away, along with a chance of Andy scoring. Johnny with a real eye-opening Powerball performance. Looking for more, but John Anderson blows the hooter. That was a cracker. And the crowd rise to the occasion. Well, here's a piece of Powerball history. On one run, Johnny beats all 3 Gladiators to pop the points. So after one event, Johnny blasts up to 5, Andy still to score.
Well, here we are on this beautiful golf course at Cocoa Beach. Now, golf is not only a great way to help tone your muscles up, but it's a great way to help you relax and unwind.
Oh, I love relaxing. Will you teach me how to play?
Oh, of course I will.
Yeah, well, give us your bat then.
It's not a bat.
Will you stick?
It's not a stick.
Well, what is it?
It's a club.
Oh, a club. I love club.
You get serious or I won't teach you.
All right.
Now, come on, address the ball. Great legs. Good shoulders. Yeah, it's a super grip.
Yeah?
You're a natural, you're going to do well. Let me see you hit the ball really hard.
Hard?
Yeah, really hard. Give it a good shot. No, stop. I think we should start again.
I thought you said this was going to be relaxing.
And first up, it's Michelle. this new Gladiators. It's Rio.
The crowd shout Rio, bravo, because she stands 1.87 tall and weighs in at 83 kilos, and that includes her dimples. Fitness trainer Michelle will find herself with a physical shortfall of 20 centimetres and 20 kilos up on that sumo platform.
3, 2, 1.
Remember, the object of the exercise is to push the Gladiator from the platform within 30 seconds to score 10 points, or hang on grimly for the time up to pick up 5. No one likes getting the push, least of all when Rio's doing the pushing. Michelle putting her back into it, but Rio's giving her the runaround. Michelle stumbles. Can the Rio give her the heave-o? Rio's really got the swing of this, but is Michelle a pushover? Oh, yes, she's gone. And with only 3 seconds left on the clock. Rio digs her heels in. Michelle teeters on the brink and suddenly finds herself balled out.
Next up on sumo ball, it's Meleri. And she's going to be facing Rebel.
Well, Meleri, of course, the latest in a line of successful contenders from the police service.
PC Paulfield and DC Mandy Beecher, they did well in previous shows of Gladiators. So it shows that being in the police force does help. And I think that is because it demands a certain amount of confidence, and also the job promotes fitness.
3, 2, 1.
She'll need fitness and confidence for this confrontation, but already Meleri finds herself on the brink. Rebel working that ball like a centrifuge. Now Melleri's in serious trouble, and she takes flight, swings off the platform and out of the points, robbed by the Rebel. Adad Gland taking it out on the Dragon, and Rebel orchestrating the crowd. In the replay, we can see that Rebel certainly got the sumo ball sussed. Those clean sheets from the new girl Glads means that the scores remain unchanged at 6-7.
So now we move into the men's event with Johnny Alcock. And he's going to be facing Trojan.
Our Trojan action man divides his time these days between London and Los Angeles. Stands an impressive 1.87 tall and weighs in at 98 kilos. Whereas Johnny, who heralds from Hartlepool, may be marginally taller but is 21 kilos lighter.
3, 2, 1.
Johnny anticipates the whistle a little there, but he's certainly putting his back into it. On the other side, the Gladiator really is working like a Trojan. There's pushing and pulling and all sorts going on up there. Johnny giving it plenty with back and legs there. The ball weighs 75 kilos. Johnny's on the edge. Somehow manages to recover there. Look at that effort. Trojan using the shoulder shove technique, but Johnny's come marching home again here. Looks like he's going to hold off the Trojan for a 5-pointer. Trojan's giving it everything, dancing Johnny round that platform, using it like a ballroom. That's the end of the dance, and Johnny's points are in the pot. There's the family, and the T-shirt, save me naming them.
Johnny, oh Johnny, what goes on up there?
Oh, bag of laughs up there, that now. I've been practising the big black pudding in the front living room and a pair of old pants.
What are you like? You must be delighted. You picked up 5 points.
Oh, fantastic. I was running around Cardiff, but I'm happy.
He was a tough cookie.
He was. He was spinning me around like a merry-go-round up there. Different tactics. It wasn't like brute force. He did well to do it, man. We'll play.
You lived up to your name as action man. Let's hear it for Trojan and for Johnny. Next up on sumo ball, it's Andrew. And unfortunately for him, he's facing the Wolfman. Over to Johnny Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2.
Andy, the builder from Brockholes, knows the Wolf will be no pushover. This new event a test of technique as well as power. Andy one-handed, that's allowed, but he's got to keep a grip on that handle. The energy reserves expended on this apparatus are incredible. Wolf digging his claws in, gritting his teeth. Oh, and Andy pulling a rather funny face as well there. From his point of view, this is not so much sumo ball as dances with wolves. Time running down, and it looks like Andy's going down. Can he hang on? Oh, he's on the rim there. Yes, he's done it. Builds a 5-point foundation for his scoreline, and he's out of there. Andy was on the brink of defeat with seconds to go. A real cliffhanger, and he nearly went over a couple of times, but somehow managed to stay on the ball and the platform and get himself on the scoreboard. Talking of which, after 2 events, Johnny moves up to 10, Andy to 5.
Well, what a great game sumo ball is turning out to be, but there's still a few old favourites waiting just around the corner, so join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to part 2. We're ready and set up for event number 3. First up on the pendulum, it's Michelle. And she's going to be facing one of this season's new gladiators, Rebel. Over to Johnny.
Set the pendulum.
Both being deafened, they have to cope with being swung from pillar to post. Both girls heading due north. Rebel always puts in a rousing performance, determined to deny Michelle the point, and it looks as though she's got the measure of Michelle. Rebel's certainly got the contender in her sights. Michelle responds, but this gladiator is a Rebel with a cause. The family urge are on. Rebel's got to snatch that pink flag from Michelle's back. Michelle's got to evade capture for 40 seconds if she's to clock up 5 points. And Rebel makes a grab but fails to flag her down. There's Michelle's brother James, the dad Bill, and mum Celia. Michelle only just out of harm's way, but it looks like she's got her 5 points. Oh! And it looks like Rebel's got her flag. 42.2, just under the wire. Great effort from both girls. And Dad's pleased with that. Well done, Michelle, go! Well, Rebel's reactions are amazing. Blink and you'll miss it, but Rebel didn't.
Next up on pendulum, it's Meleri. And she's going to be facing Vogue.
And looking at the facts and figures, the vivacious Vogue stands 1 metre 67 tall, weighs in at 63 kilos, whereas the David Dynamo's rap sheet finds her 3 centimetres taller and 3 kilos heavier.
3, 2, 1.
There's 5 points for hanging on for 40 seconds, or a maximum 10 for evading capture for the full minute, and Vogue going up for a better view. No, there's nothing wrong with that view either. Meleri looks to be heading northwards too, but she's no idea where Vogue may be. Vogue mooching about, and Meleri's seen her. The family are on their feet now. There's a change. The people giving the traffic cop directions. And it looks like Vogue's right above her. Meleri moving downwards and to her left. Like the Gladiators golf tournament. It's all about those terrible swings. There's brother Mark, sister-in-law Clunos, and nephew Sean. Vogue working hard, but this is one event where the Gladiators do want to be seen flagging. That's to say, waving the contender's flag in the air. Vogue's in a position to strike, but Meleri's clocked up the 5 points now. Can she hang on to that pendulum for the full minute and net her 10? Meleri's mum, Merle, mortified, but the clock's ticking down and Meleri must be on for a maximum. Vogue tantalisingly close, and Meleri trying to move out of harm's way. Oh, she's gone! With just 0.7 of a second left on the clock, the final 5 slipped through her fingers. How cruel. A result for Vogue, though. Her relentless pressure forced the error. With 2 events to go, Michelle moves up to 11 and Meleri to 12.
So we're now moving to the men's event with good old Johnny Alcock. And he's going to be facing Hunter.
Earlier, Johnny told me how he hopes to cope with this adoring audience.
I've performed in front of a crowd before at athletics meets, but never in front of 7,500 people who are all focusing mainly on me. I'm just hoping that a huge adrenaline rush will give me the edge. But apart from that, I think I'm quite happy.
3,
the past, Hunter has proved to be relentless in his pursuit of contenders on this pendulum. He's fast, furious, and phenomenal. Johnny's job takes him to building sites. Next time he sees the demolition ball swing in, he'll know how it feels. Hunter having a look over the horizon. Hard to tell if the family are either giving directions to Johnny or making gestures at Hunter. Hunter certainly looks to be on Johnny's case here, almost within striking distance. And Johnny just keeping the Hunter at bay. The speed of both boys on that pendulum is incredible. But the Hunter is wanting Johnny constantly, and he can't afford to make a mistake. Oh, he's made one! The Hunter harassed and hurried, and for Johnny it all went rotten. Well, they're impressed. He's not. It's the pressure from the Gladiator which forces Johnny into that error. Drops off the pendulum and out of the points.
Next up in the men's event, it's Andrew. And he's going to be facing one of our new Gladiators, Ace.
The ace in the pack is a real man mountain, stands 1.85 meters tall and scales in at a hefty 102 kilos. Compare that with the body of the builder, Andy Morley, and you'll see Andy's about 3 centimetres shorter, but around 24 kilos lighter.
3, 2, 1.
That vicious vacuum is the sound of the air brakes releasing the vast 5-metre diameter pendulum. First competition outing for Ace on this particular piece of apparatus. And he's used to heights and scrambling up scaffolding, but it's never been swinging about like this before. And his wife Emma giving him some directions. And Andrew, well, he's saying, speak up, I can't hear you above all this noise. Well, I would have thought he could hear his sister, though. No wonder her name's Gail, Gail Force. Andy having a look around, and that's what Ace is doing too. Hello, Ace has seen him. Has Andy seen Ace? Oh, he has now. Well, Andy scored 5 points. Now it's all about hanging on for the final 20 seconds. Ace aiming to axe Andy, but first he's got to get him within arm's length. Andy with a little more urgency in his movements now. Knows the maximum is within his grasp. Everyone urging Andy on. Time usually goes by quickly when you're having fun, but Andy would dispute that at the moment. Looks like he's pulled his 10 though. And Andy is ecstatic. So's his team coach. And the family. Wife Emma there with baby Olivia and his dad Lawrence. I think they all enjoyed that. Well, after 3 events, Johnny moves to 10, but Andrew swings into the lead and 15.
Catamaran is a double-hull yacht. It's designed for stability and speed. Safety is one of the most important things aboard a catamaran.
That's why we're all wearing our life jackets. But because of our huge bulk and size, I'm surprised they found any jackets to fit us. That's right.
Now, this reminds me of that other great Saturday night ITV show.
What, you mean Baywatch?
No, Man O Man!
So, moving on into our next event. And up on their platforms, getting ready to swing shot, is Michelle. And Meleri. And they're going to be facing Falcon and Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
First swing shot of the new season. Meleri leaps into action. It's raining balls up there, but the girls bring back nothing to the bank. Lightning returns to base safely, but Meleri struggling with her recoil. And Michelle needs a helping hand as well. Those slow turnarounds are robbing the girls of valuable scoring seconds. Michelle swings out. They all meet in the middle, and the Gladiators make sure the girls come away empty-handed. Better recovery from Meleri. Could have done with some lessons from the flying squad. Swings down. Swings up. Oh, and nothing to show for it that time either. A reminder, yellow balls score 1 point apiece, the Blues 2 and the Reds 3. I suppose Melleri's more used to 2s and blues on her piece card. Michelle's back to prime herself again. It's the balls you need in the basket, Mich, not yourself. Down again and up again and nothing again. Marked out by Lightning. Heptathlete Michelle not happy with his discipline. Meleri again needs to score, yes. She pulls a yellow. Can she get it in the basket to make it count? Oh, no. time up. A disappointing swing shot for both girls. If you can't get the knack, then the points you will lack, as my old grandfather used to say. How he knew about swing shot in 1927, we'll never know. Anyway, and lightning struck more than once in that event, though here we see Meleri grab a yellow, but all to no avail. Once again, her recovery let her down and kept her out of the points. With one event left, just a single point still separates them.
It's time for the men. And on his platform is Johnny. And on the other side is Andrew. And they're going to be facing the Cobra, and there's only one, the Saracen. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1!
Oh, little dummy from Andy there, swings out. Oh, and it pays off. 2 for a blue, thank you. Baskets his booty. Yes, very fast turnaround, back for another freebie. Oh, it's 2 more. Superb swinging from Andy. 2 in the basket, 4 on the board. And Johnny's there, and Saracen, the big man, prevents him from scrumping a scoring colour. And Johnny recoiled very quickly, back for more, down and up. Gets to the cylinder early. Oh, yellow slips from his grip. He recoils as Andy leaps off. Up again, plucks a yellow. Neither Saracen or Cobra having a good swing tonight. Andy registers his points. Turns again to add to his collection, bounces down. Oh, it's a two-hander. 2 blues, 4 points. His score's running up as the time's running down. And again, Johnny denied by Saracen. Johnny returns to base, but Andy's in the thick of it again. Comes away with a yellow. The cylinder nearly stripped. And what's not on the floor is safely in his basket. Back for another raid. Nothing much left to pick, but Andy certainly proved himself to be one of the sultans of swing. Tremendous performance from Andrew. You just can't keep him down. This is his event, all right. He's pleased, unlike Johnny's family.
So, let's have a look at the scores. Unfortunately, Johnny, no points. Andrew raced ahead on 10 points.
Looking at one of the highlights again, Andy swings down, lets go of his cord and snaffles what he can with both hands. 4 for the price of 1 swing. After 4 events, Johnny stays on 10 while Andy storms up to 25.
Oh, no, we lost. Cobra. I told you to keep an eye on that one with the brown hair. They were like a national team. They were like pros.
The one in the blue and white was cheating big time.
Yeah, we're meant to be professional athletes. Yeah, but Gladiators should never lose.
Yeah, but they were not good, weren't they? They were good.
Yeah, they were good.
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Michelle. And tonight she's going to be facing Rio, Rebel, Nightshade, Panther, and Falcon.
Here's what Michelle thinks of this.
Gauntlet is no fun at all. Just standing at the start line, facing those 5 gladiators. It's a horrible game. You're just going to get battered, and I think your aim is just to get through it and survive.
3, 2, 1.
Michelle sets off on the road to hell. 30 seconds to run, 45 metres. Rio with the ramrod. Michelle Trudeau. This is Rebel with the power back. Driving Michelle up the wall. Every which way but through. When push comes to shove, Rebel's a useful operator. Michelle driving hard now. She's into Nightshade. Tries to lower the boom. Oh, Michelle slipped through. Nightshade with a nudge. On Lightning thunders in. Knocks her back onto Nightshade territory. Nightshade roughs her up some more. Back into Lightning. Soaking up the punishment. Finally, it's Falcon. The time's running down. Falcon couldn't hold her. Well, did she do it? Michelle thinks she did. Michelle really came in for a serious drubbing from Rebel. She expected the worst, and she got it.
Michelle, I was absolutely dreading that one, but I thought I've got to fight through and get to the end of that gauntlet. Nothing was going to stop me.
Well, let's bring in Andy Norgate and find out what your time was.
Just over 30 seconds. Sorry, no points.
No points. Oh, Michelle, all that hard work. And your last event as well. You're feeling all right?
Yeah, disappointed with that.
I bet you are. Go over and cool down and calm down. Let's hear it for Michelle. Great fight.
Well, the rules are quite clear. The whole of the contender's body must be over the line before the 30 seconds has elapsed.
Next up against the Dream Team, it's Meleri. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! And it goes, ready! 3, 2, 1.
This will be no Rio street party. The Gladiator puts down the no-entry barrier. Rio forcing Meleri up the wall. But Meleri doubles back on her and gets a face full of rebel. Great speed from Meleri. Crashes into Nightshade. Somehow gives her the slip. Next comes the power pads of Lightning. Again she's free. Oh, but Falcon with a thunderous block. Takes the spring out of her step. Excellent gauntlet defence from Falcon, but can she hold her? Meleri tumbles for the line. No doubt about those 5 points. Dad's delighted.
I don't know where you got all that from, but you were like a bull in a china shop.
They're all very strong girls. Very hard, tough game. It's difficult for us because it's the last one and you're tired already. But I'm just thankful I got past.
You certainly did. Let's just find out what your time was.
25 seconds.
5 points! Well done! Let's hear it for Meleri. Well done!
Well, in that gauntlet, the excitement was blistering. Well, not for everyone. After 5 events, Michelle stays on 11 and Meleri moves up to 17.
So now moving into the men's event with Johnny. And tonight, he's going to be facing Rhino, Trojan, Saracen, Wolfman, and Warrior. Over to John Anderson.
Well, Jolly Johnny charges the Rhino. And feels the rough edge of his ramrod. Spins to the left, but he's up and he's out of there. Well, that will mean a restart at the beginning of Trojan zone. Johnny's back in. In the replay, you can see Johnny evade the Rhino, climb out of trouble, but Trojan's there with the up and under.
23 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
So Johnny faces off against Trojan. Wrong foots him completely. There's only one Saracen, and thank goodness for that. What a mauling. Spins him away and into the Wolf. Bundles the Hound into touch, but Warrior's in there, barging him back. Oh, Wolf wants another piece of him, but the whistle's gone. Johnny's mum thinking, what has he got himself into?
There was an infringement. Warrior moved into Wolf section, thus impeding the contender. The game will restart at the beginning of Warrior section. There are 14 seconds remaining.
The referee penalising Warrior by adding 3 extra seconds to Johnny's time. In the replay, you can clearly see Warrior barging into Wolf sector.
3, 2,
Johnny against Warrior. Here we go again for the 3rd time. Oh, look at that! Straight out. And Johnny's brother finding this torture interminable.
12 seconds remaining. 3,
This must be a record. Here we go again. Johnny's problem is Warrior's almost as wide as the gauntlet itself. Warrior heaving and pushing, barging and shoving. It's a case of Johnny, remember me? That'll be another restart. There's a lot of hurly-burly down there. There's a definite set pattern emerging here. Johnny steams into Warrior again. Trouble on his side, but time isn't. What a nightmare gauntlet for Johnny.
No, see, he won't get it past the daddy. This is the big daddy.
It has to be said, that gauntlet was certainly not run without trouble. You look in pain.
We never even took a bit of a battle.
Yes, I saw that. I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal, and the crowd were behind you all the way. You put up a terrific fight, but at the end of the day, there's more of them than there are of you.
So I've got 2 of them.
Whoa! Yes, just about. I suppose this was your last event. Take a little breather now, because, of course, what lies ahead of you is the Eliminator. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Let's hear it for Johnny! machine, it's Andrew.
I've met most of the Gladiators now, and backstage, just before the games, they really try and psych you out. They've got a job to do, and basically it's to try and break your bones. I've had a bit of a run-in with Warrior, and I think there's a bit of a personality clash there. You know, I've got some, and he's got none.
Well, these contenders do like to meet trouble halfway, don't they?
3, 2, 1.
Andy fired up and into the Rhino. Rhino struggling to contain him, and Trojan wipes him out in double quick time. It's another restart. Andy grapples past the Rhino and gets a pair of pads in the chops for his trouble.
There are 24 seconds remaining. 3, 2.
Andy versus Trojan again. And Trojan's lunge is not effective. Next comes the Saracen ramrod. Saracen holding him back, hitting him on the wall and hooking him up. Traps Andy between his arms and the rod. The ref not allowing that.
What?
You hooked him inside, not allowed.
He's got inside the pad.
You hooked him inside, not allowed.
Andy's wife Emma there, practicing her famous goldfish impression.
There are 16 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
The face of courage there. Oh, superb. Andy makes a dummy out of Wolf. Warriors next. And this is going to be tough. Warriors' motto is, they shall not pass. But Andy slipped him. He's there. A fabulous 5 points for Andy. And Big Daddy didn't stop him.
That wasn't without trouble. I mean, you managed to get past Rhino surprisingly quickly, and then the rest of them gave you trouble.
Oh, they all give me trouble. 5 ugly fellas.
A bit personal. Don't tell me you enjoyed this.
No.
Well, listen, let's bring in Andy Norgate and find out what your time was.
24 seconds, 5 points.
5 points! Pleased with that?
He's pleased with that, and so's his wife Emma and their baby daughter. After 5 events, Johnny's score remains the same, but Andy increases that lead still further.
Well, there we have it, 4 heart-stopping gauntlet. Let's hope the eliminators are just as exciting. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time in our northern heats. Now, this year, the overall winner of the fastest eliminator time will receive £1,000. So the best of luck to all our contenders. Now, let's have a quick look at the scoreboards. Michelle's on 11 points, Mellery's on 17 points. That's a 6-point difference, giving Meleri a 3-second head start.
Meleri, you will go on my first whistle. Michelle, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Meleri Davies, the traffic policewoman from Wales, starts her eliminator course for a place in the semi, followed by Kimberly, the fitness instructor from Isham. Next comes Bungee Mesh Mayhem of Spaghetti Junction. There are contenders still in there from previous shows who still can't get out. Meleri hacking away through those tugging, taunting tendrils. Will she emerge with a lead intact? No, Michelle has caught her. Next is the rope climb, and Michelle looks very strong. She heaves herself up and into the lead. She's going to hit the hand ladder first, swings out over the canyon, and Meleri joins her. It's close. Melleri's fans go crazy. And Meleri looks to be faster on the hand ladder. She'll be the first to leg it over the logs. Michelle's right with her. Cargo nets. Eliminators often lost here because of a bad climb. Michelle's mum, dad and brother are with her every step of the way, and believe me, it looks a lot tougher when you're looking up at it. Michelle climbs into the lead, the Welsh contingent willing on Meleri. Michelle's going to make it under the gantry first, and if anything, looking to extend her lead. Hooks up and starts her slide, with Meleri just completing her neck climb. Now knees up and braced. Splash down. The Kimberly family on their feet, they can sense victory as Michelle enters the graveyard combination of the balance beams and the travelator. Michelle very nimble on the beam. Melleri's brother knows she needs a miracle. Michelle off the beam. Poised for the travelator. Digs in. Powerful stride. She's there. Oh, no, she's not. Lets it slip through her fingers like sand. But has she got enough? Her family can only pray she has. Girds herself for another go. Only this time Melleri's there with her. Attacks it again. Oh, she's running out of steam. Here comes Meleri. Oh, Michelle's lost it. And Melleri's lost it. I've lost it. But Michel's hanging on like a fish out of water, but she'll never conquer the travelator in that position. Meleri sucking the air into her lungs for another assault. Michel's got to the top somehow, but it can't have been legal.
Can you tell us what's the matter? What's happened? Why are you blowing your whistle?
Well, Michelle has unfortunately used her knees on the middle part of the travelator and has gained an advantage. In order to be entirely fair, both the contenders will start back at the beginning of the beam and will race from there.
Well, her mum's not happy with that, but if we look at the replay, we can clearly see how Michel used the static section of the apparatus for help and was lucky to escape disqualification. So here we all are, at the beginning of the beams, once again ahead of them both, the notorious Graveyard. Michel's sister, Lisa, there, still shaking her head.
2, 1.
They're off. We know that fitness instructor Michel is fast on the beams, but can Meleri, the Welsh policewoman, there's lovely, catch her on the travelator? Michel off the beams first, up the travelator. Meleri's flagging behind, Michel's at the top, and she swings into the semis, and Meleri's just behind, a gallant runner-up. The family are gutted.
Very well done. Not only did you have to run it once, of course, you both had to run it twice, and it was so close all along.
Oh, I was determined to get it that second time. I didn't want to watch it go from out of my hands. I was so happy.
But up here, what was it doing to you about it being made to do it again?
I just stayed focused on that rope at the top, and I thought that's my aim.
Well, that certainly was your aim, and because you were so excellent, you get one of these gorgeous little things. And now you get a chance to go see your friends all over again. Michelle, Kimberly, well done.
Well, Meleri, sorry to see what happened, but it certainly kept everybody on the seat of their chairs. That was exciting. First of all, I'm going to give you your runners-up medal. Talk us through that last little bit, because it was a little bit confusing.
Well, I was glad with the second chance in a way, and I really did think I'm going to go for it. But I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. Fair play to Michelle.
Well done. Good sport. Let's hear it from Meleri. Go and say hello to all your fans. Well done.
Magnanimous Meleri, a credit to her family and her profession. Just pipped at the post in that rerun. And there's Michelle, helmet back on for some reason, enjoying the plaudits of her family, and a big hug for Meleri from her folks too. But we haven't finished with you yet. The men's eliminator is next. Andy has a 20-point lead over Johnny, so he'll enjoy a 10-second head start.
Oh, Johnny. It's going to be a case of go, Johnny, isn't it?
Oh, I'll be all right. 10 seconds isn't that much.
It is. It's quite a lot, actually.
No. I'm lighter now, anyway.
You certainly should be. You've sweated enough. And what about you, Andrew? Feeling very confident, I should imagine, with 10 seconds in your pocket.
Well, I'm just going to concentrate what I'm doing and see how it goes.
Well, I hope you both give us an exciting eliminator, whatever it takes. Best of luck to Johnny and Andrew.
Andrew, you will go on my first whistle. Johnny, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Andy, the builder, certainly built himself up a decent enough lead for this eliminator. Fast and furious over the hurdles and attacks the bungee mesh. Johnny's only hope is the tangle holds Andy back. Here he comes with it all to do, and he's certainly throwing himself into the action. Andy's already on the rope climb, trying to maintain that lead, and you can just see Johnny negotiating Spaghetti Junction. Emma there with baby Olivia, as her husband gets to work, pumping those arms and pedaling that handbike. Johnny emerges from the undergrowth, glad to see the back of that, but sorry he's still staring the back of Andy. And Andy, on the rollers, crosses those with a maximum of effort and minimum of fuss and takes on the net. His mum, Adrian, can hardly bear to watch. Andy scrambles to the top of the net. All he's got to do now is keep his head and keep going. Johnny sprints over the rollers. He knows there's plenty of work to be done. Andy slips down the zip. In the background, Johnny's halfway up the net already. Splashdown, great landing, just the bounce beams and the travelator between him and a place in the semi-finals. Oh, look at this. Andy Morley motoring along the beam. A good, confident performance by the builder from Brockholes. Knows he can take his time to make sure. Digging in, up he comes. Oh, down he goes. Incredible. Another victim of the travelator's revenge. Emma can't believe it. Composes himself again. Johnny's on the beams. Andy attacks the travelator. This time, he's there. No, he's not. cruelly drags away from victory again. Andy's mark collapsed. Johnny's fans know their boy's in with a chance. Here he comes. Johnny Alcock from Hartlepool. Has he got what it takes? Yes, he has. Snatches victory against all odds. How about that? The family are delirious, but spare a thought for poor old Andy, determined to lay the ghost of his travelator once and for all. He's there. We knew he could do it. He knew he could do it. A remarkable display of character and courage.
Alcock, what can I say? That was absolutely amazing. I mean, 10 seconds deficit. I bet you couldn't believe your luck when he fell down the travelator.
Oh, it was lovely.
Well,
no offence to the guy, but it was heaven sent. That was. Oh.
Well, this is all a bit of a nightmare for all of us because you're going to have to come back. With your peculiar sense of humour, you're going to come back and haunt us yet again. Let's hear it for Johnny Alcock.
Andy, you must be the most disappointed person. What happened?
Can't tell you, John, I'm just gutted.
You really were streaks ahead.
Yeah. All credit to Johnny. Kept tracking me. That's how it goes.
This is the Eliminator. Always expect the unexpected. Here's your medal. Great performance. Let's hear it for Andy. Come on. Two great sports.
That's Gladiators for you. Blood, sweat and tears. To the victor, the spoils and the flowers. At the Alcock family reunion, there'll be celebrations in Hartlepool tonight. And everybody wants a piece of him. Though some things are more important than winning. In the fastest eliminated contest, Johnny's time of 1 minute 24.9 isn't enough to better the record currently held by Stephen Maughan.
Well, after 4 such exciting gauntlets, I really didn't think the Eliminators would be able to live up to that, but they completely superseded that. It was really nail-biting stuff.
Yes, it was, but next week there's going to be more, so make sure you join us here on the Gladiators.
See you then.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Tony Green is counting the points and Jim Bowen is counting the pounds. In Classic Bullseye, that's next here on Challenge. And don't forget, weekend evenings are filled with witty banter and unrivalled knowledge with The Chase at 9.
here in Birmingham and to Gladiators the Challenge. Now, every year we get more and more applicants for contenders, and this year certainly was no exception. So to add a little bit of spice to the show, we decided to split the United Kingdom into half, and tonight's 4 contenders all represent the northern half.
And as usual, we've got some fantastic prizes lined up for you, for the winners and the runners-up. And firstly, the runners-up. They're going to get a fantastic holiday in one of the most beautiful holiday resorts in the world, South Africa's Sun City, plus £1,000. And wait for the winners, because the winners are also going to get £1,000, plus one of these luxurious four-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicles.
Top of all that, later on in the show, we'll be taking a peek at what the Gladiators got up to at their winter training camp at Cocoa Beach in luxurious and gorgeous Mauritius. Oh, we have so much for you, and there's more. Tonight's female northern contenders are Jude Shenton
and Karen Skoll. Come on, girls!
Sure these aren't a fire hazard?
No, I need to take them everywhere. They make me feel a bit younger and hopefully give me more energy tonight.
I should hope you are quite young, aren't you? Tell us a bit more about yourself, what you do and where you're from.
I'm in the Army, and I'm the Army Physical Training Corps, and I work in South Wales at the moment with lots of apprentices, the rowdy bunch over there.
Yes, I have noticed you have a very, very noisy crowd behind you. Is there anyone in particular, apart from the apprentices, you wish to say hello to?
Yeah, there's all the family as well, and also the blast ski team. They should be there too.
Yes, so it sounds as if they're there. What do you like to do in your spare time, Jude, to keep fit?
I tend to sort of stick to the outdoors, the climbing, canoeing, caving, and that sort of thing.
And are you at your fittest now?
Yeah.
You better say yes, because we'll be looking out for you. Let's hear it for Jude Shenton.
Okay, Karen, I've got to say, the noise in here is absolutely deafening. Karen, where do you come from?
I'm from Bolton.
Whoa! I was afraid you were going to say that. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a van driver, and I work part-time as a trampolining coach.
That's an unusual occupation, a van driver. How did you get into that?
It was just that there's no women drivers, so I thought I'll have a go at that.
Tell me, what do you do in your spare time?
I do a lot of sports, I do a lot of stack car racing, a bit of everything really.
Tell us about the trials, because you've got an interesting story with your sister, haven't you, with the trials? Tell us about it.
Well, it was at the trials, everyone was getting excited and everything, then all of a sudden my sister's waters broke and she had a baby girl.
Well, there you are. It's going to be an interesting night. Off you go, get yourself ready. Karen Scholes.
Well, we've met the girls, let's meet the guys. Tonight they are Glenn Wilkinson
and Buster Reed.
Glenn, welcome to Gladiators. Tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from and what you do.
Well, I'm a fitness instructor from a beautiful part of the world in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Oh, wonderful. I love it. It's great. Next to me is if you've got one or two supporters there. So what sort of things do you like to do, keeping fit-wise?
Well, I do a lot of different sporting, mountain biking, running, sprinting, just generally looking after my body.
And so what's been your inspiration for coming on to Gladiators?
Well, I'm just very privileged to be here. My main inspiration is my faith. I'm a born-again Christian, and I'm just happy to be here.
Well, I understand you've got some people who have come all the way from Belfast from your church, is that right?
They're from the Whitewell Tabernacle in Belfast, and they've paid a lot of money to come here, so they're just brilliant. They're great.
Well, I hope you'll give them a good show tonight. Let's hear it for Glenn Wilkinson.
Okay, Buster. Now, you're from Huddersfield. Tell us, what do you do for a living? They're all in the house. What do you do for a living?
I'm a surface layer in Manchester.
And any hobbies? Anything else?
Yeah, I also do kickboxing most of my time, a lot of running, but mainly emphasising kickboxing.
Now that's right. Now you're a little bit humble there, shall we say, because you are actually the world champion kickboxing. Am I right?
That's correct. Yeah, I went to New Zealand and fought for the World Championship in Auckland, and I were good enough to win it.
And also, and I'm sorry to bring this up, but you also you were on the world record breakers, was it? The records breakers, you broke the record for a certain amount of kicks in a minute?
That's correct. I did 218 head kicks in a minute.
Oh, Buster, you've got to show us some of these. You've got to show us what made you world champion. Go on. Oh. Yes, I can see why. Okay, Buster, save your breath, get yourself ready. Let's hear it for Buster Reed. Well done.
look forward to seeing Buster a little later on. Well, the girls are ready for their first event, so let the games begin. Event number 1. Suspended upside down above the arena floor, it's Karen and Jude. And they're going to be pursued by Falcon and Nightshade. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
And they're off and running in this Grand National Indoor Arena. Off the first bend, it's Jude in the lead and pulling away from Karen. Karen struggling, first to finish 10 points, second 5, unless they're caught by the Glads. Just like the way Karen's been caught by Falcon. Smoke streaming from a detonator like a blown engine. And on the right of your screen, Nightshade looks to have a problem. Meantime, Jude's on for an easy 10 points. Karen's still racing, but her finish won't count. Well, Jude thought she was in for a fight up there, but for Nightshade to pull up, there must be a good reason. Jude's family there. Meanwhile, Nightshade's nursing her neck. In the replay, it's clear to see that lead because Jude's not obscured. She's followed by Karen, but the Falcon's fired up and Karen's fired out of the race. Nightshade, help from the arena, acknowledges the roar of the crowd. Disappointment for Nightshade and her fans.
I hope Nightshade's okay. She's all right.
So after that incident-packed first event, Jude's on 10, Karen's still to score.
So now we move into the men's event with Buster and Glenn. And they're going to be chased by Saracen and Trojan. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
The race is on. Glenn in red, Buster in blue. Glenn hits the bend first and Trojan hits his detonator. Explosive stuff from Trojan. Now it's all about Buster and Saracen. Buster keeping his Gladiator at bay as they hit the top straight. Glenn still running. At least he can use the sky track for a workout. Saracen struggling to make any inroads on Buster's lead. Buster looking confident and comfortable. He's probably even holding some back, not wanting to bust the blood vessel. 10 points and the family delighted. And let's also admire the speed of Trojan straight off the starting blocks. He makes Glenn's sparks fly. So with only 4 events to go, still to score is Glenn, while Buster has 10.
The sports facilities here at Cocoa Beach are tremendous and we all have great fun trying them out. But there's one room we really take seriously. It's here, the gym. The guys work up to 3 hours a day here getting their bodies in shape for the series. Let's go in and take a look.
What I'm working here is primarily the chest muscles. I'm also working some shoulders and some triceps, which is the back of the arm.
This is the lat pull down technique. It works the whole of the back. It's a good exercise for the pendulum and hang tough.
Oh, there you are, Rhino. Hey, you're looking good. It's a brilliant gym, isn't it?
Sure is. Great canteen, too.
Oh, I can see that. Hey, I know you like working out. What's your favourite thing to do in the gym?
Me? I just love pumping iron.
Go for it, Rhino.
I was born to pump iron.
Did somebody mention iron? Here.
Best off.
And mine?
Yeah, mine too. But listen, be careful with the top because it's expensive.
The old pumping iron gag, eh? I just love being a gladiator.
So, moving on to our next event. And in her yellow atmosphere, ready to do battle, is Karen. And in the orange sphere is June. And they're going to be facing a Panther and Boom.
8,000 voices joined together for the famous Atmospheres anthem.
Over to John Anderson.
Check pods for smoke.
Blimey, he's disappeared in a puff of smoke. I think John Anderson's done too many pantos. Karen starts the ball rolling for 60 seconds of metallic mayhem, driving a cage across the arena for the first collision. And her first strike is on Jude. Now, Karen drives a baker's van for a living and needs to get on a roll here. But Jude in pink is going for the points and just fails. Oh, here's Karen with space on pod 2. Yes! She's not seen smoke like that since someone burnt the cakes at work. Good three-pointer from Lancashire lass there, looking for another pod, but Panther's there to punish her impudence. Hey, Jude's on for pod 4. Bo's got her fired up. Oh, and smoked out. Super scoring from the Army PTI. Karen does some spare time stock car racing. She's certainly outpacing Panther, but failing to make it count. Karen flicks her cage into reverse. Spots some space on pod 1. A free run. Can she middle it? Oh, no! Panther's late for the ball, but no smoke is no joke. Karen making the breaks, but can't make them pay. But look at Jude, free for a crack at 3, gets a result right on the hooter. Jude's family and friends, a sea of smiles, and here's the girl of the moment.
Hey, Jude.
Yes, we've already done that line, Elite.
You didn't make it too bad. That wasn't too bad, was it?
I think I only got one, but I think it was very she was on me the whole time. But it was excellent, good fun. I love that one.
Well, it looked as if you were enjoying it, and I always like to bring the bearer of good news. You scored on 2 points, you got 6 points!
Well done, Karen. It's hard work in there, isn't it?
It is hard, yeah. I thought I could do a bit better, but not sure.
Well, long way to go. You got yourself 3 points. Well done, Karen.
Well, Karen's fans right behind her and on top of each other. So, scanning the scoreline after the second event, Jude consolidates her lead while Karen gets off the mark, 16-3.
Well, and straight into the men. And in the yellow sphere is Buster. And in the orange, it's Glenn. And they're going to be facing the Trojan and the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Glenn from Belfast aboard that metallic Mandarin rolls himself into the arena. Buster in the yellow Thunderball, very fast. Cannons off Wolf and Trojan and sets himself up for a free go at 4. Can he middle it? No, rims it. Fails to score, plans his next move. Glenn finds himself between the edge of the arena and Trojan. Trojan, a superb tactician in this event. Buster being kept wide by Wolfman, who seems to be strolling in his sphere. Buster looking to make a move on pod 1, but Wolf's content to just do enough to keep him out. Wolf supremely confident, in total control. Someone's taught him those tactics. He'd never have figured them out for himself. Glenn getting up ahead of steam.
This is easy.
What's he doing? The Wolf baiting Buster. And the referee doesn't like it. John Anderson is blowing his top. Oh, the crowd have gone ugly. Not as ugly as Wolf, though. Well, the Gladiators doing a grand job there, it has to be said. Total domination of the Atmosphere Arena. No points scored. Wolf has the measure of the event and of Buster without working up a sweat. Fash is with the Glads.
Clean sheet. Well done.
Very good, mate. Very happy with that. Great to be back in the...
Sorry, got Token.
He's not a bad man. Great to be back in the Atmospheres again. Good clean game. Nice.
Well done. Clean sheet. Wolfman, it hurts me to say it. It really hurts me, but well done. I hate saying that.
Come on. Give credit where it was due. I was just fantastic.
Trojan.
I feel like a wave of nausea now. I don't feel too good. But
Well, I've got to say, Trojan, well done, and the Wolfman, well done.
Wolf with his impression of the late Sydney James there. So after 2 events, the guys' scores fail to progress. Glenn stays on 0, Buster on 10.
Well, now that our contenders action, we can really let them get their teeth stuck in. So join us after the break here on Gladiators.
So, welcome back. Now let's move right along into the next event. And the first up to whiplash is Jude. And she's going to be facing Rebel.
Rebel making her point to us, and Jude has a point to make as well.
I like the national series because it means that people at home watching TV can relate to the contenders. They can be sat there thinking, yeah, I can understand that guy. One minute he's working 9 to 5, the next minute he's like there on the show. And that inspires people, maybe, I think, to go out there themselves and join in activities, join in the sports world, you know, and get fit and stay fit. So it's a good show in that for that cause.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, the Rebel yanks Jude into action in this whiplash ring. The Army PTI has got 30 seconds in which to pull rank on Rebel and heave her out of the circle, or make her drop the dog bone to score 10. Judy from Powys will need plenty of power to achieve that goal. Rebel swinging her about like a rag doll at the moment. Oh, she's let go. 10 points to Jude. And it has to be said, this is one of the least favourite events of the Gladiators.
Well done, Jude. Just come over this side for a minute. That was hard work. Rebel, wow.
I didn't think she was going to finish then. That was a long 30 seconds.
Well done. You got yourself your 10 points. Rebel, we all saw you psyching yourself up. You were in a mean, mean mood. What happened?
I reckon she put a little bit of butter in there somewhere. But no, yeah, I mean, because she was pulling so strong, she actually pulled it away from my arm. So there was nothing I could do. She's very strong, so all credit to her.
Fair's fair. She won. Well done, Jude, and it's here for Rebel!
Jude's family happy with another 10-point performance.
And next up, it's Karen. And she's going to be facing Rio.
Rio, the Grand Glad, taking a look at her facts and figure. She stands 1.87 m tall and weighs in at 83 kilos, which means that Karen will find herself 7 centimetres shorter and 16 kilos lighter than Rio.
3, 2, 1.
Karen heaves into action in the whiplash ring. Even with her van driving, stock car racing and trampoline tuition, she somehow manages to find time to be a special police constable. But this is pounding a very different beat. Oh, Karen managing to get to the edge of the circle, but Rio won't succumb beyond the circumference. Basically, she won't be pulled out. Referee reminding Karen it's not a two-handed job. Rio doing just enough to keep the clean sheet. It's effort by Karen. Good solid performance from the Gladiator. Rio congratulates Karen on her resilience. There's Karen's sister, Melanie, and her dad, Alan. So after 3 events, Jude moves up to 26. Karen stays stuck on 3.
Okay, straight into the men. And the first up is Glenn. And he's going to be facing all 20 stone of him, the mighty Warrior.
Glenn doesn't look best pleased. He figured this might happen.
I'll probably be up against Warrior, who's 18 stones and 6'5". I'm about 5'9" with my high boots on, but it's a bit like David and Goliath, and we all know what happened there, so I'm quite confident.
No slingshot here, just a shot at slinging Warrior around, and the odds are against it, but Warrior has been beaten in the whiplash ring. It's just a question of catching him off balance. Oh, yes, just like that. Glenn fells the giant. And there's his girlfriend, Julianne. She's gone potty. And Glenn's not too disappointed with that himself.
Glenn, congratulations! Oh, my goodness me! I don't know how you did that.
I do.
You better talk us through it.
I am. If there has ever been a scenario like David and Goliath, that was it. Yes!
Glenn, all 20 stone of him.
Well, it's the wee man with the big heart that came through, so I'm a Belfast lad, and I'm just so happy I've got some points.
Points? You got yourself 10 points, and you deserve it. Big man, what happened?
You did very well. I fell over my own feet then, and once you lose your balance, if you go on the floor, you can't get dragged off. So that's the way it goes. Well, you did very well.
Good sport. Let's hear it for Warrior. And of course, Glenn, 10 points. And the last of the male contenders is the world champion. It's Buster. And he's going to be battling it out against the Hunter.
Well, here's a real clash of the Titans. Buster from Newsham, Huddersfield, stands an impressive 1.82 m while weighing 79 kilos. But up against the Hunter, he'll find himself 8 centimetres shorter and 27 kilograms lighter. They take the strain. Let's get it on. Oh, and Hunter ripped it off. Hunter wrenches the dog bone from Buster, and it's all over in less than 3 seconds. Buster looks disgusted, and Hunter looks like Bruce Forsyth.
Lost the grip of the dog bone. What happened?
I'm not making excuses. The guy's good, he's strong. Do that next time.
Well, let's have a word with Hunter. Hunter, impressive stuff. Psych yourself up, as always.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. This game's a lot about mental strength. You've got to be real psyched up for it. I was a little bit cross beforehand, so, you know, I was ready for the game.
Obviously, going up against someone like Buster, world champion, kickbox champion, it's a little bit harder, isn't it, than a normal contender?
Yeah, but he wasn't kicking me in the head this time.
Well done, Hunter. Clean sheet. Well done. Let's move for Hunter and Buster.
Good job. Buster's family graciously applauding Hunter's achievement, and those shock results mean that with 2 events to go, Glenn has drawn level at 10 apiece.
Combination of sailing and surfing? It's called windsurfing. It's all about sailing skills, grace and balance. Although when you're learning, it can sometimes be very difficult. In fact, it's when you're learning, you must realise you're going to make a complete fool of yourself.
Hey, folks, I'd like to learn to windsurf.
See what I mean?
Event number 4. First up to hang tough, it's Jude. And she's going to be facing Falcon.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
The Falcon takes to the rings, looking to put Jude to flight. Falcon, a firm favourite with the fans and a proven expert on the rings. Beautiful, easy action. Jude knows she's got her work cut out up there. Looks anxious. So does her mum. Falcon patrolling the skies with confidence. Oh, Jude swung into the scoring zone. But the Falcon swoops the counter straight into the trap, and Jude's in trouble. Can she hang tough? No! She's gone! Well, that was a textbook takedown by the Falcon. A good old matte finish. Quick, clean, and a minimum of fuss. Well, if we look at it again, Jude commits the most cardinal sin on hang tough. She's turned her back on the Gladiator, so Falcon can trap her on the blind side.
Next up, it's Karen. And she's going to be swinging it out against one of our new gladiators. It's Rebel.
Well, looking at the Rebel's tail of the tape, we'll see that she's actually 10 centimetres taller than Karen and 3 kilos heavier.
3, 2, 1.
So Karen will score 5 for hanging tough in the scoring zone when the time up sounds, or 10 points for reaching the Rebels' platform. And this is the first hang tough outing for Rebel, and she's moving comfortably, and so's the smiling Karen Scholes. This Bolton Wanderer's moving around the rings very well indeed. She's got acres of space on this wing. She finds herself well into the scoring zone, and Rebel well out of position. Rebel trying to get back to cover, but we could be in for an upset here. Karen poised for the platform. She's one-ringed, but the swing's in her favour. Rebel can't get her. Karen in one tantalising ring from 10 points. Time's on her side. Still one-ringed. Can't get the swing right. Rebel's right out of it. She's got a ring. She's out for 10. She's there. Karen scores. 10 points remain tough. The girl from the bakery takes the biscuit. And that's some celebration dance. Even brings a smile to Rebel's face. The Scholes family celebrate from the oldest right down to the youngest.
I don't know what to say because she was really amazing and she just ran away with it.
She was excellent. At one stage I thought I could get her. But I thought, look, you know, I was looking at the way that she was positioning herself. And I thought she's got to swing my way, but she didn't. She kept her head. Hey, great. All credit to her.
Absolutely. You little monkey, you.
Thank you. I can't believe I've done it myself. It was brilliant. I enjoyed it.
I've never seen that system. It was kind of odd-looking, but it worked.
I don't know what came over me, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, how would you like 10 points?
Brilliant. I need them points.
You certainly do. Let's hear it for Karen. And well done to the Rebel.
That maximum brings Karen back into the frame. With only one event to go, Jude stays on 26 points while Karen swings to 13. Great performance.
So we now move into the men's event with Glenn. And he's going to be facing Hunter.
Well, the Hunters personally kept Buster out of the points this evening. Will he be doing the same to Glenn? Why isn't she singing? Glenn and Hunter swing out, and Glenn will do well to come away with anything from this. Hunter almost halfway across with two mighty swings. Look at that, on station at the edge of the scoring zone, and Glenn needs to keep his wits about him here. Hunter swinging in with an attack. There's a tangle of legs, and all this is happening 10 feet above the arena floor. Hunter in a commanding position at the moment. Glenn straining to keep Hunter at bay. And Mum Bell's straining as well. She can hardly look. He's one-ringed at the moment with still half a minute to go. Glenn swinging about, not really in control, but there's nothing Hunter can do about it until he manoeuvres himself into a better attack position. Hunter getting into all sorts of trouble up there now. He's one-ringed on the edge of the scoring zone. Manages to get a grip of another red, but he's a long way short of getting a grip of Glenn. And Glenn hanging like a one-string puppet at the moment. He's not in the scoring zone, so won't register any points in that position. Hunter's extraordinary. Even when he has a tough time, he still manages to mark the contenders out for points. Well, resilient effort by both guys, but no points to show for it. A great surprise was Hunter managing to get himself into a real mess, reaching for a red and very nearly giving the game away.
Next up on Hang Tough, it's Buster. And he's going to be facing our new gladiator, Ace.
Earlier, Buster told me how he got on the show.
In the beginning, it was just me and my mate applied for a joke. Never thought I'd get this far, and now I'm on the show. It's unbelievable, because normally on a Saturday night, I'm sat in, watching it on the telly, swinging from the lampshades when Hang Tough's on. But now I'm in the thick of it on the telly. Just can't believe it's happening.
3, 2, 1. First Hang Tough outing for the Ace. But look at this. Makes it to the red in just 2 swings. Buster, a road layer by profession, so he's more comfortable on the ground than he is at this height. Goes for a ring and misses it. Danger of being one ring, but he recovers. It's Ace's high at the moment as he tries to engage Buster in aerial combat. All the legs are up, just a bit of range finding. Ace back for more, tries to lock him up. It's all a bit of a tangle up there. Buster's in the scoring zone. He's got a handle on a red ring. Ace swings in to re-engage. And Buster defending very well. I think his plan is to hang on for the 5 rather than progress towards the opposing platform. This time Ace has got him. Ace has got Buster's legs locked up. I must say, I'm not sure where they go from here. Buster's grinning. And it does appear more like a funfair ride than a gladiator event at the moment. But it looks as though Buster's in the frame for 5 points. The Ace running out of time and ideas on this occasion. And that will do it. Excellent display of sheer strength by Buster. Louisa, the girlfriend, there with his dad Terry, highly delighted with that result.
Well done. Buster. It became a battle of the legs there, and I have to say looked like there were quite a few high kicks on your behalf there.
They don't call me the fastest kicker in the world for nothing.
Absolutely. And, well, he had his foot in a rather prominent place, didn't he, Ace? Did he damage you permanently, or...?
Hopefully I'm not damaged permanently. I had no problem getting to him, but I just couldn't grip him. He was just too slippery.
He certainly was. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard anything to the contrary. Of course, you were in the scoring zone, so you pick up 5 points. Well done, Buster and Ace.
And tuck your shirt in, Uli. Glenn stays on 10, Buster moves up to 15.
Every morning, all of the Gladiators go for a 15 to 20-minute jog as an essential warm-up before we go in the gym to train. Jogging is one of the cheapest, simplest, easiest ways to get a good cardiovascular workout. That means working your heart and lungs. Remember, you don't have to be in an exotic location like here at Cocoa Beach. You can go with your friends to the local leisure centre and park and go for a jog there.
Moving on into the next event. And up on the platform is Jude. And she's going to be battling against Rio.
And looking at Jude's weights and measures, we'll see that she's 20 centimetres shorter than Rio and 16 kilos lighter. So that could prove highly significant up there where it counts on the platform.
2, 1.
Army PTI Jude Shenton does a lot of canoeing, but although the actions are the same, a pugil stick is not quite the same as a paddle. Nice combination of headshots from Rio. Jude digging in, fighting back, looking for the chink in Rio's armour. Jude giving her a face full of stick. Have a bit of that. Rio stung into more action now. Straining to let a big one go. Oh, and there it is. Right hook to the chops, and she's flying down from Rio. Even Jude's mum Enid is holding her head. That one hurt. Reviewing the action again, Rio tying Jude up, just waiting for the gap to unleash that right-hand bomb. Ba-boom! What a great signing this Gladiator was.
Of our contenders is Karen. And she's going to be battling against the electric lightning.
Earlier, Karen told me about one of her favourite weekend pastimes.
Stock car racing? I love it. Driving around that track as fast as you can, brilliant. It gives you a really big thrill. But of course, Monday morning comes, and I don't drive like that in my van, honest.
The only heavy goods Karen needs to control now are the blows from Lightning. Oh, and there's one straight away. What a bolt from Lightning, but Karen giving as good as she got there. 3 there, what a combination. Straight to the head. And again, nearly cuts her down off the platform. Lightning fighting back now, a cracking right to the chops. And Karen soaks it up, and again. She deserves the points for this performance, matching each other blow for blow. This has got to be one of the finest ladies' duels in living memory. Right to the end, they're swinging the rights and lefts. The arena rises to acclaim Karen, and so does Lightning. In the playback, we can see that this is the closest Lightning has ever come to being defeated. Karen gets her off balance and teetering on the edge and just can't finish it.
Karen, first of all, congratulations. That's what Gladiators is all about. Nice, clean battle, entertaining stuff. How do you feel?
OK, I thought I nearly had her at one point, and then she kept on there and got 5 points.
Before you go, Lightning, it really was blow for blow, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was difficult to get the hits in because she was so quick. She had really good tactics, and those hits were hard.
Well done. You stayed on. You got yourself 5 deserved points. Well done, Karen. And let's hear for Lightning.
Well, baby Sophie saw most of that. And what a magnificent performance from Karen. It changes the complexion of the scores. Jude stays on 26, while the Bolton battler moves up to 18.
And the first of our male contenders to duel is Glenn. And he's going to be facing a Cobra. Over to John Anderson. Contender, ready!
Glenn, our fitness instructor from Belfast, stands 1 metre 75 tall and weighs in at 83 kilos, while Crown Prince Cobra is taller by 8 centimetres and heavier by 10 kilos. A wink from Cobra, let's get ready to rumble. Cobra prods Glenn, then follows with a jab. Wild right from Glenn, punished with a couple to the chin from Cobra. Cobra's overbalancing. He's touched Glenn's platform with his left hand and he's disqualified. The crowd are going wild, they're even hitting each other. It's all over in 6 seconds. Glenn dismounts, 10 points better off. Cobra furious with himself. Fash is down there.
Glenn, I don't know how you keep doing this. Well done again.
Either did I.
Glenn, now that was tactics. You were ducking and you were diving. There was a lot of tactics in that. Talk us through it.
Well, I've got quite a low centre of gravity, so I decided to try and duck him and keep low, because I've got a good power in my thighs.
Well done, you stayed up. He missed his balance. 10 points. Well done, Glenn. And into the Cobra.
Oh, Cobra swings into action. Bit late now, son.
And the last of our male contenders is Buster. And he's going to be up against the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson. Contender ready.
It's hammer time, the Wolf growls. Oh, and how he howls. Oh, Buster smacks in a combination. The Wolf is sent packing in under 3 seconds. That must rank as the fastest 10 points ever scored in duel. At least the Wolves managed to get one hit. Remember, this man is the current world champion kickboxer. And the crowd acclaim a moment of gladiator history. Buster's revenge for atmospheres. And Fash has got to try and get some sense out of Wolf now. Good luck.
In your own words, what happened?
Listen, this guy is the world kickboxing champion. I expected a hard fight, but he just caught me off balance. What can I say?
Buster! Well done. Talk us through it, Buster.
Well, we're psyching each other out up there. And you shouldn't psych a fighter out, because you'll never win.
Wow, Buster. Let me come this side. I think it's probably better if I get in the middle here.
Oh, hello. Well, I don't know if Wolf's trying to get at Buster or really hiding behind Fash. Whatever's happening, Wolf will mess his hair up. There's Buster's grandma, and she's loving every minute of it. And Fash is going wisely, letting Eunice sort it out. There's Buster, proclaimed the hero by his team coach. Incredible scenes in the Gladiator arena. Those 2 maximum scores, though, mean that after 5 events, Glenn moves up to 20 and Buster to 25.
Well, after all that excitement, I think we all deserve a break. But don't go away. Join us after the break here on the Gladiators. A woman!
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time in our northern heats. Now, of course, the winner of the fastest eliminator time this year will receive £1,000. So let's have a look at tonight's scoreboard. In the women's event, Karen's on 18 points. Jude is ahead on 26 points. That's an 8-point difference, giving Jude a 4-second head start. Over to Fash.
Jude, you heard what Ollie said. 4 seconds head start. It's been a long day. Have you still got enough in those legs to do it?
I hope so. 4 seconds. I'm still going to be in that spaghetti junction and she's going to be hitting me there. That's absolutely nothing. But hopefully my supporters are going to cheer me the whole way. They've been absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much, guys.
OK. Karen, she hasn't got much of a head start. How do you feel?
4 seconds, it's not a lot. I do prefer to chase, but we'll just see what happens.
Jude, Karen, both girls, all the best.
All together now, Barmy Army.
Jude, you will go on my first whistle. Karen, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Well, this will be meat and drink to Jude Shenton. She's an Army PTI specialising in adventure training. Here comes Karen Scholes. She drives vans, stock cars, and now she's got to drive herself. Jude tangled in the bungee mesh of Spaghetti Junction. Those grasping tendrils test the strength of your determination, your courage, and your costume. Jude looks to be maintaining her lead. Next comes the rope, and Karen emerges from the undergrowth, trying to escape its interminable grip. Jude's up the rope. Next comes the hand ladder, consolidating that lead. And the family willing her to win. Jude finishing the ladder just as Karen starts. Jude struggling to touch down, and Karen swinging very well on the ladder across the rollers, and Karen does seem to be clawing back that head start. Jude up the net, and Karen joins her. Karen really putting together a great performance, a real testament to the fitness of this van driver from Bolton. Jude climbing strongly. This is the kind of stuff she does for a living. And Karen seems to be faltering on the net. Jude's at the top of the zip, grabs the T-bar and swings herself into space for the 90-foot drop. Splashes down just as Karen finishes her net. She looks to be all in, but as Bash always says, on Gladiators, you've got to expect the unexpected. Karen on the zipper. Here she comes for the safety match splashdown. Jude's taking her time, bracing herself for the test against the Travelator. Here she comes. Head up, knees up, and she's up. Jude Shenton from Crickhowell and Powys swings through into the semi-finals. A victory parade for the Army girl. And here's Karen. She's not going to be a victim of the Travelator's revenge. Pumps up, working those tired legs. She won't give in. A remarkable performance from Karen Scholes. The Baker's van driver from Bolton completes the eliminator course. Linda and Alan know their daughter done good.
4 seconds, there's not a lot in it. You've had the crowd behind you, but you must have been aware all the time that the tiniest mistake could have cost you this.
Absolutely. I was so worried about that the escalator.
Travelator.
That's the one. Oh, but the crowd was just absolutely brilliant. I was so pleased. Thank you.
I mean, they have been fantastic. Here's a medal just to say that you were here and did very well tonight. It's just bad news for all of us because all of that lot are going to have to come back. But I look forward to seeing you in the semis. Let's hear it for Jude Shenton.
Well, Karen, unlucky. First of all, I'm going to give you your medal. Talk us through it. I think really you did start to catch her up. I think you may have lost it on the cargo net, am I right?
Yeah, I started okay. Going onto the cargo net, I knew I just lost my footing. That's what put me behind.
But you were catching her up, you do realise that?
Oh, definitely. I was behind her all the way. Till that cargo net, and then when I messed up, then that was it. She'd gone away.
It's been a long day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I'd like to thank everybody for cheering me on. They've been brilliant.
Well, go over and thank all your supporters and all your family. Let's hear it for Karen!
Let's hear it indeed. There's our winner, Jude. A great performance from her, but that eliminator time of 1 minute 33.2 isn't fast enough to topple the current leader, Sarah Damm, in the £1,000 fastest eliminator challenge. On to the men's competition. Glenn's on 20, Buster 25, so Buster gets a 2.5-second head start.
Well, Buster, this is probably the worst time to talk to you when you're trying to focus.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, I won't talk to you then, but you've got a 2.5-second head start, which isn't a great deal.
No, it isn't. Just going to have to rely on my speed. Wish Glenn all the best.
That's very good. And what's your state of mind at the moment, Glenn?
Well, I think I've made a good friend in Buster, and I wish him all the best, and may the best man win.
Absolutely. I'll see you both at the end. Good luck.
Well, Glenn knows this is his biggest test, and so does his girlfriend, Julianne.
Buster, you will go on my first whistle. Glenn, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Buster's up and running, the highs and lows, and followed by Glenn moving just as strongly. This one's going to be fast. Buster staying low in the bungee mesh, cutting a swathe through the undergrowth, emerges safely, and so does Glenn, who looks to have pulled some time back. Up the road, Buster powerful, he's up and onto the handbike. Glenn's mum, Farrell, pedaling as well. Glenn's on the bike too. Look at the speed of these two guys. Buster's girlfriend Louisa getting behind him. Buster makes short work of the rollers onto the net, and Glenn treats the rollers with contempt, gallops across for the net climb. Buster's brothers Gary and Brian there. Buster climbing strongly, good rhythm. Glenn not so smooth. Buster hits the top. He does make it look easy. Glenn getting into the swing of it now. And Julianne's on her feet. Buster's on the zip. The scramble up the net looks to have suited Buster best. His lead's extended. Splashes down. Here comes Glenn down that 90-foot line. Go on, Francis, you can look. Buster completes his balance beam test with flying colours. Next is Travelator time. Oh, Buster scoots up it like he wasn't even moving. Buster Reeves from Huddersfield. He can't believe it. Terry and Louisa are delirious. The celebrations start here. But back down in the arena, Glenn's up the Travelator. Oh, he's stumbling. And he's hanging on by his fingernails. But he won't let go now. A great contender pulls himself up from Newton Abbey, Northern Ireland, Glenn Wilkinson.
Buster Reeves, world champion. Well done. Have your Gladiator medal. How does it feel?
I can't describe it. It's just absolutely tremendous.
Let's hear it for Buster. Go and thank all your supporters and everybody who's been with you. Well done, Buster.
Well done to Buster, and well done to you too, Glenn. You've come such a long way to be with us, all the way from Northern Ireland. It's been terrific having you on the show. Have you enjoyed yourself?
It's been a great privilege to be here. I'd just love to say, you know, I put my trust in the Lord Jesus, and Buster came out on top.
You certainly did.
Well done, Buster.
But you're a winner too for being on Gladiators. Let's hear it for Glenn Wilkinson.
And a fine gesture there from Buster, handing his bouquet to Julianne and consoling Glenn's family. And his own folks are really proud of him. A winner in every sense. And Glenn's mum in tears. Glenn's got something to say, though.
I would just like to ask this beautiful girl from Belfast, would you marry me?
Thank goodness for that. Congratulations, Glenn and Julianne, and congratulations, Buster, from his grandma. And that time of 1 minute 10.3 seconds smashes the current men's record in the £1,000 eliminator contest.
Well, Ollie, glad to see Buster got through, even though the Wolfman tried to stop him.
Let's hope we can look forward to some more peaceful action next week. Join us here on the Gladiators.
A woman!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
So, what games will we get next, and who will be drafted on to win them for the Superstar G team? More Gladiators coming up next on Challenge, whilst over on Pick, defending the borders down under. It's nothing to declare.